waiting for. Hobbies breaking through the floor. The Nationals here, and the squad's ready for war. Josh got the mic, Louis got the flow. In California, J&A's bringing West Coast flow. Car show heat, that PSA steam. We're living that slap dream, hobby supreme. The National, the hobby's on fire. From the show floor bus to that late life higher. Minnesota nights, beer on ice, cards in hand, feeling real nice. But who's not here? Who's home and tame? Feels missing now, that's just lame. No trade talking that works slow. Oh, Phil, your FOMO's a beast. We feast at the national and missing the feast. We'll be dancing through the showcase rows, having heat, taking pics, hitting all the pros. From 0 to raw to a Beckett 10. Then we hit the lake and do it all again. Northern lights, boat rides, chill vibes away. While Phil's just scrolling locked in his face. Gongshow. Slabs. Hey! Phil's crying in the office seat. Well, we'll make a move with no defeat. Cardboard Kings, yeah, we elite. It's the National, bringing the flame. And the only one missing is Phil. What a shame. We'll slap, we'll sip, we'll laugh, we'll flow. While Phil's just watching on a slack note. Sad Phil can't chill that Monday's thing. But the Gongshow rolls and we the king. Pitches.
Hi, Phil.
Hey, boys. Did me dirty, but you did me good, too. That's okay. That was good. Well done. Well done.
My favorite part. I've honestly watched it like 400 times is the, Phil, sad little puppy dog. With the little...
I am a sad little puppy dog. Reality's hitting me right now pretty hard too. I can't wait to make my weekly work schedule after this and wonder what you guys are up to this week. Oh well, that's okay. The bed I've made, I'll sleep in it.
Well, welcome back to 312 of the Gongshow podcast. Hi, Baba Louie. How are you, good buddy?
Doing all right.
I haven't talked to you at all today, which is weird. Like that's the first time I've talked to you today.
I've been out.
Okay?
Yeah, yeah. I've been outside working on stuff, sweating, stopping, sweating. Want to pass out. 2 showers.
Yeah, it's like 100 degrees here,
and
it's
I have
icky,
to
man.
be out there.
It's
I have to get stuff done, and this was a good time to take a break.
It's pretty wild. What we share the same weather system. Like when it's hot over there, it's hot over here in a couple days, and we share the way the Doppler thing doppels. You know,
right. Oh wow!
Similar.
Did you go to
weather.
school for that? Or...
Yeah, scientific. Yeah, meteorology.
Mm-hmm.
I know that Minnesota, or even the Twin Cities, is north of Toronto. Are we north of Ottawa too? Did we ever figure that out?
Ooh, I'm not sure. I would assume they're pretty similar in latitude.
No, I did the math. I looked it up the other day. I was like, we were like 60 miles north, south.
Oh, there you go.
It's one way or another. I don't remember.
Above sea level, though?
Oh, Philip.
Well, it matters. It matters.
What are we, a scuba diver or what? I don't know.
I don't know. You got your wind to barometric pressures, and I don't know.
Isn't that like funny though? Like, I will never be able to get my head wrapped around. Like, you will say often, like, you know, like we're like the downstairs neighbor. We're the upstairs neighbor. Actually.
Yeah. To Toronto. Yeah.
All right. Well, it's National Week, right, Phil? And we'll be at so a little Gongshow itinerary. I know everyone wants to know. We'll be at the show Thursday and Friday. Half of the crew. We'll have California Dave and with us, and Chandler and me and Baba Louie. And important to know, so we'll be there Thursday and Friday. If anyone wants to like connect and meet us and say hello, just try to message us. We'll do our best, like on Discord if you're on there, or Instagram, something like that. If you we'll have probably like hats on or something like that. So, and if you do see us, like every time we go to a show, you guys, now you can all attest to this, right? We've never not gone anywhere where someone hasn't said, "Oh, I really wanted to say hi, but
I didn't want to interrupt you.
I didn't want to interrupt you," or something like that. Interrupt us. We don't.
I like that. Let me buy my hockey card. Yeah, interrupt me when I'm eating a hot
dog. Don't ever talk to Phil. I mean, God forbid.
And you don't have to worry about it because he's not coming. So
if you don't fit in Joshua's itinerary, he probably won't stop and say hi to you because he's on schedule.
Shut fired!
Gotta follow the outline.
Shots fired!
Right. So, yeah, like I said, we're not going for the whole national. We're going Thursday and Friday. And then on Saturday morning, the crew, minus Phil, is headed to northern Minnesota for a little company Gongshow family retreat. Minus Phil. Carter is even coming down from the Saskatoon show. He's going to drive across the border and come to the cabin, not the cottage, in northern Minnesota. And
Is your dad excited? Your dad must be happy.
yeah, he's actually genuinely bummed you're not coming.
Yeah, I'm pretty upset. I'm not
I
going
had to break that news to him yesterday.
Oh, really? You waited a bit, eh? I told you like 2 weeks ago, man. Scared to tell your dad?
I know. But Phil is forever the good soldier. He's in our stead. He's stepping up. He's going to do next Thursday's podcast all by his lonesome, or maybe with somebody.
Yeah, it's
We'll
more.
see.
It's more of a. We're not giving you information. It's more of a disclaimer at this point. So
Okay.
listen if you
All right.
dare. I will listen. The podcast is sacred. It is a sacred ground for us. So I will do my absolute best to maintain structure and guidelines and follow the format. Friday nights with Phil are for silliness. The podcast is sacred, and you have my word. I will respect that.
I want a full itinerary.
Yeah. Well, you better write the damn show for me or there won't be one. I will dictate, but you fill the content.
Can we have a family meeting now? Family, we need to get agreement something that you're never pulling this crap again.
No, I mean it's not going to happen. It's
All
not. I'll put a hedge trimmer in one of your hands and fly you up here for a couple of weeks to catch.
I would do it. I would do it. All right. And then when we get back, so it'll be over before you know it, Phil. When we get back, we're all going to go knee deep into Rip Party 2.
Big, yeah. Get
And-
ready, everyone on notice right now. We're going to be super annoying. So if you're an anybody in the hobby, get ready. Check your inbox, and if not, ding dong, I will drive to your place of location with hands out.
It's funny how you said that. You said we're going to be super annoying, almost like in the future we're going to be annoying, like we are not annoying currently. So
No, we're good annoying, like Costanza, like we're annoying, but people want us around. That's like my buddy George.
that's the one show I could watch every day of my life and not ever get sick of it. Do you guys have a show like that?
What show?
Yeah,
are you
it's
talking
Seinfeld.
Seinfeld.
Or Star Trek Next Generation. Any
Oh.
episode. What?
about?
Well, just because you don't
I'm
understand
glad you're
something.
not coming.
Listen, just because it's confusing doesn't mean it's not good.
Do you have a show, Louis, that you can watch over and over again?
No.
I would say maybe Friends too, or The Office. Like those are 3 shows that I could be.
Never watched any of them.
What? Oh, it's crazy, dude.
Are you a human?
Yeah. But I have a life. Not
Oh.
just TV.
He's making fun of us, Josh. That's okay. We're sitcom guys. We're 80s babies. Well, actually, I'm the only 80s baby. You guys are 70s, eh?
More
I
of a
think I'm the
movie guy.
oldest and best looking.
Well, you're steering the ship. I'll give you that. Well, you win by seniority.
I'm just movies. Once and done.
Okay. Oh, hey, check out, if you have not already, the Top Shelf Cookie Sniper podcast that featured a lengthy, beautiful, thought-provoking, and informative interview, maybe even emotional, with Baba Louie. It was awesome.
Emotional.
I cried.
I just
bad?
finished. I just finished the Rebecca one. I'm behind, Louis. Sorry, your boy didn't step up.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out myself. I'm sorry, I did you dirty. I just finished like yesterday. California Dave and Rebecca's.
Oh, yeah, that was good too.
That was a really good one. Yeah, man, Rebecca's awesome. Like I told Dave to try and get her into hockey so she could, be part of our group or something. And Dave just shut me down right away. He's like, no, it's my thing. Stop it. I'm like, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy being the pummeled with questions for an hour and a half? Or?
Oh, it was great. It was awesome. I was able to just kind of sit there and answer questions, shoot the breeze, and when it was over, I was done. I didn't have editing to do, no nothing. I just kind of got up and did my thing. I'd do it again. That was awesome.
Good. Yeah, so you can find it, I think, on YouTube or any of the podcast apps. Top Shelf Cookie Sniper with our one and only Baba Louie. And speaking of Jay from Top Shelf, it was a Jay week here at the Gong Show. He was a guest on your show, Phil.
Friday nights.
Mm-hmm.
It was fantastic. We had a great Friday nights with Phil. Jay was It's hard when sometimes like a good friend in the hobby comes on. I hate calling them a guest, but we'll say he was a co-host or he hung out with us. Jay was awesome. And I enjoyed turning the tables on him a little bit because he's always grilling everybody on his show. So I grilled him back. Not really. We peeled the layer off of the cookie as much as we could and got into the batter. That sounded dirty. Yeah, it was a great show. We had no giveaways, but we had a fantastic fun time. We cracked a few slabs, we cracked 2 slabs, and Jay hung out with us. He lost his breath a few times, but he made it back. Proud of you, big guy. And Dave shut him down. Jay tried to stop me from doing some things, and Dave told him that's not good. You let Phil do what he's doing. So we had a lot of fun.
Oh, I have questions. Now, the clip of you cracking the slab is up on Instagram, or it's even better to go on YouTube and just watch it, how it all went down on Friday Nights with Phil. But just to quickly recap, you cracked a Tag 10.
Yes.
O-Pee-Chee Platinum Brady Tkachuk Golden Treasures 101.
I sure did. I had it beside me at some point. But I cracked the Tag 10. Yeah.
Yeah. So not something someone would conventionally or normally do, but you felt the need to get her out of there.
Oh, I have it. Yeah, I got it. I got it right in my ultimate holder right there. I have to put it. So it's coming out of the ultimate holder as well. And it's going into a top loader after the show because I want it in my binder. That's how much of a soldier I am for the top loader binder gang. There is far too much great feedback. That's how we congregate the true collectors. And I'm not trying to be an elitist. I enjoy true collectors, the hybrid collector who supplement trading and selling for their hobby addiction. Those are my people. And I find they marry nicely to the top loader binders. And this is a good way for me to flex that and for people to find me and I can find them. And our gang can keep getting bigger and big. Listen, man, we're getting outnumbered every day. Every day we're getting outnumbered by corporations. And you know what I mean? We got to stick together. Fight the man. I'm just being silly, but
fight the power.
Fight the power.
Now, as unconventional as it is for somebody to crack a 101 that's a Tag 10 grade, Bob Louie, Phil also did it, and would you agree was in sort of unconventional sort of a way? With a giant hammer and a railroad.
Oh, the frame nail.
You know what?
Jay couldn't get over that.
There's a lot easier ways to do a lot of things, but I just let people do it their way.
Here's my question. At any point, I want you got to answer this. I know you will, but honest answer.
Okay.
Did it ever, what percentage of you was like, I don't know if this is going to wreck the card or not? Like, were you 100% convinced this was going to work out well? Or was there even a part of you that was
there's always a chance. I'd say maybe 2% chance. Yeah. Like what? Do you think that's the first time I've done that? Of course not.
Well, what people, I think because just the shock of the overall situation.
Yeah.
That picked up on the show because I've watched it and rerun. Is that when you spiked it down and the top flew off of it,
that was a little scary.
Well, and it exposed the card, so that could have the left top corner of the card was exposed.
Correct,
and that could have gone another way, you know.
Yeah. So okay, I'll retract a little bit. I've never done that on a tag before. The PSA and the BGSs just fracture like a windshield. They don't fly like that. So that was a tag thing. So that was irresponsible of me on that part. Yeah. Usually the framing nail. What? Usually the framing nail just goes right through and it splinters. The case doesn't shatter like that. That's crazy. You know? That's why it was safety first. I had my glasses on.
I can honestly say you do things in this hobby no one else does.
Oh, buddy, I've got things I can't show.
I mean, this is not one to miss, people. Believe me, go check out.
Not that big of a deal. Come on, it was fun. It was in the moment.
It was fun for all of us. I mean, none of us. I mean, it was just pure entertainment for everyone else.
That's so tame, though. It's we can do more fun stuff. We can do more fun stuff. You got ideas.
We've learned that Dave will push you right over that cliff.
I love it.
With a smile on his face, right?
Yeah,
I like watching you crack cards because if you watched me do it, it would be just boring.
Too methodical for you.
You should watch me getting ready for my day. It's quite interesting. I'm falling everywhere all the time.
Sure. You fell down your steps and broke your
Yeah,
ankle.
that's bad choice of words there. Anyway.
Want to shout out quick before we get started, our good friends at PCI, which stands for Private Collection Insurance. Enzo Ferrari, coolest name ever, is going to be at the National this week. Phil won't. And
I hate how my name is one syllable and won't is one syllable. You'll be able to bust that out too easily.
Yeah.
Son of a.
I would strongly encourage everyone to go, up and meet him, maybe ask him some questions. Honestly, it's well, first of all, we're very thankful that they support this show and making it possible. And yeah, in case you're like shocked that we've convinced companies to support this dumpster fire, no one's more surprised about that than us. And speaking of dumpster fires, if one gets lit, like let's say in the alley behind your house, and you want to make sure that your collection is covered by PCI and Enzo Ferrari, right? Because that could take it out. And that's what they do. Whether you're at home or on the go, you're going to the National, you're going to another trade show, they're in your car, you're meeting someone for coffee and showing them your cards at Timmy Hortons if you're in Canada.
Timmy Hortons. All right, there, you big Canadian.
I am.
Do you want to go to Timmy Hortons with me and get a double? Big nerd.
And our guy Phil here, he's started the there's been communication between you and Enzo, right? To get
listen, Enzo, I'm sorry. Yes, I have to get back to Sunday nights are my emails. Enzo got back to me, I believe on Thursday, and I've not gotten back to him yet. So I'm a bad person, but we will. And I'm waiting till he gets back from the National. I don't want to. Who wants to do this before they leave for that fun? So sooner than later, by the end of the summer, you'll have a video up.
So check out privatecollectioninsurance.com, and I think it's worth a conversation to see what it would take to give you that peace of mind. Discord update. So Behind the Bench, episode 11 will premiere on Tuesday. Look forward to that. Louis, maybe I'll save it and we can listen to it on the way to Chicago.
Sure.
Or will we be too busy FaceTiming Phil?
Yeah, FaceTime me. Put me by the water pitcher.
Yeah, we will.
That'll be good.
This week I had like a businessy meeting, very professional, with Evan, who's Mad Dog, our Discord's fearless leader, and he's cooking up some fun stuff there, working on doing like a reorg to make the content make more sense in there. Mm-hmm. And I just love the passion that he and a lot of other people in our community have about making it a fun hobby environment, the number one destination for lonely men in the hobby. That's what we like to claim. And we sold out of $2.99. It's done.
Nice. Amazing.
Right.
That's good job, boys. Thank you, good listeners.
Mm-hmm. So now we're on to the Future Watch Gongers out of $9.99. That was a mailbag suggestion, I think. So we just went with it. Mm-hmm. You ask, you shall receive.
We deliver.
Nice.
And if you want to join our community and support the Gong Show, you can do as little for $5 a month. Be one of the first 999 supporters of our show. Future Watch Gonger, I guess. And forever have that title. You get exclusive access to our Discord.
I got to change that.
Oh, yeah. Participate in fantasy hockey, our 5K challenge, bracket challenge, all the other kind of cool stuff that we have going on there. It's very easy to support us. Just go to our website, hockeycardsgongshow.com. Click on the Become a Patron link at the top of the page, or go to Patreon directly, patreon.com. Search for us, Hockey Cards Gong Show. There's a link in the show description, both YouTube and podcast apps, and our Instagram and TikTok profiles too. Baba Louie, we have
what's going on?
It's crazy. Number of new patrons this week, and I will give you the great honor to shout them out now.
Thank you. Well, we have Deke Grigsley.
That's a cool name. I like that. Welcome, Deke. Welcome.
Yeah, and I didn't know when we ran out or who got the last one, so I don't think I changed. I think everybody's just out of $2.99 this time.
Yeah, that's not fair. Louis can't count that high, guys.
Well, I'll tell you, I know which one.
It's 300 comes after $2.99, Louis.
XYZ Optics. Thank you. I love this next one though. Oh, you wrote them up there, and I didn't pay attention. My bad. Cheeto Fingers.
The mortal enemy of sparkly clean digits.
What?
Yeah, he's our first 99. $9.99, I believe.
I don't
Got
know
it.
why that's so funny.
And then we got It's Freaking Polly.
What?
$9.99.
He wasn't already in there?
No.
Mm-mm.
It's freaking Paulie. He lives in my head rent free, this guy. Well,
Yeah.
welcome, Paulie.
And then another $9.99. Mike H.
Yeah, pretty generic. Welcome, Mike.
Not
Very
nice.
Canadian, very North American name. Mike H.
Well, some people have to be the loud collector.
Wow,
Some
my
people have
name's
to be, just want to be
Phil
judged.
M. It's actually not my last name, but
Mhm.
Hidiabopolis or whatever you call yourself.
Hip Hop Anonymous.
Hip hop.
Anilacos. Anyway,
That song from Flight of the Conchords, the hip hop hippopotamus, is one of the best.
yeah, it's good, eh?
Look.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Flight of the Conchords, very underrated. Very underrated.
Very underrated. New Zealand rocks.
Oh, I want to watch that now.
Oh boy.
What's the game plan, Baba Louie?
It is. Starting off with Get to Know Your Hall of Famers. Then we jump into a national preview with Neville Pather. Following that interview, it's hobby news. Then we get into another national preview with Grant Paterson. Following that, we'll touch on some new product releases. Then it's the Gongshow Mailbag and personal pickups.
So this whole show is just a giant rubbing the salt in the wounds for you, Phil, but you'll get through it.
That's
Well,
okay. Don't worry about it.
Okay. We'll start our show like we always do with our Get to Know Your Hall of Famers series. It's where we're profiling every single Hockey Hall of Fame player, starting with the very first class of 1945 and working our way to present day. For each player, we do a quick bio, cover why you should care about them, then take a peek at their hobby markets. Today's Hockey Hall of Famer we're going to profile is, I know, a favorite of Phil's. It's Bouse Hutton.
Oh, that name sounds
Bouse
familiar. He must be an
Hutton.
Ottawa boy. Silver 7 guy, I think.
Ah, the good one. There you go.
Yeah.
I feel like somebody like mixed up the first letters of his first and last name, right? Because Bouse Hutton would be House Button. The other way, it makes more sense to me that way. But it's Bouse Hutton. So here we go.
Yeah, but that's just a nickname, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
John Bauer Bouse Hutton lived from 1877. This might be the earliest born
Yeah,
Hall of Famer we've.
This name's very familiar, and just keep going. Maybe something will trigger it.
Okay, so he passed away at 85 years old in 1962. Lifelong resident of Phil's hometown, Ottawa, Canada. Bouse was a goalie. Well, now it makes sense. He had a weird name, right? And in a playing career that lasted from 1898 until 1909, Hutton played for the Ottawa Hockey Club. In addition to hockey, though, Bouse was also a lacrosse goalie and a fullback for the Ottawa Rough Riders Canadian football team.
Yeah, I know him as a CFL guy. Yeah, Ottawa's got deep roots in the Canadian Football League. That's what it is. Unfortunately, I don't think I knew him from hockey. I think I knew him from the Rough Riders. Yeah.
So if you're an early 1900s hockey goalie, lacrosse goalie, and fullback, what are the odds you had CTE?
Yeah, probably like to fight in bars too. Probably would have been good back then.
Talk about like playing three punishing positions. He would win championships in all three sports. So he's a very good athlete. In hockey, Hutton would win 2 Stanley Cups, the 1903 and 1904 seasons. And after his playing career was finished, Bouse coached hockey in Ottawa for several years. Now, why should you care about Bouse Hutton? He was a goalie for the legendary Ottawa Silver 7, a dynasty that held the Stanley Cup in the early 1900s. And during that time, teams would challenge the cup holders at any time. And Hutton repeatedly stonewalled challengers with his fearless, sprawling style, often with no padding or no mask.
You're a football player. You ain't gonna wear that crap.
Does part of you wish that we had this like challenge style where like a team could just like come down and like throw the glove on the ground and say, "I challenge thee."
Yes.
To Lord Stanley Cup. And then the cup holder would have to just drop what they're doing and fight off the challenger.
Yeah, like a Family Guy skit or something, that's how I see it in my head. I like the club challenges. Montreal Canadiens used to play like the CCP, or I said that completely wrong, but
PDR.
Yeah, I don't.
LMNOP.
Club teams would be fun. Like I would like to see that. clubs against clubs in different leagues. Be interesting. Then it would turn into soccer, though. You don't want that.
Goalies in his era did not have the luxury of modern equipment, but even by early standards, Bouse Hutton was shockingly underprotected. He once joked that a pad just got in the way of a good save. That's incredible. His bravery was admired and occasionally questioned. He'd throw himself in front of slap shots with barely a shin pad on. Oh.
Nope.
In challenge games, especially in the Stanley Cup era, Hutton would face 50 or more shots per night with just a stick, a sweater, and guts. He earned a reputation as impossible to rattle. When asked how he stood in front of slap shots without blinking, he replied, and I forgot the quote. What did he say? You know this, Phil. You've memorized. They taught this in grade school.
Oh, yeah, for sure. He said, crap, I should have had both eyes open instead of one. That was the quote.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Hutton backstopped Ottawa to Stanley Cup victories in 1903 and 1904, helping them defeat all challengers. He was known for making acrobatic saves, including laying flat on his stomach to block shots. A move that became known in local rinks as the Hutton Sprawl.
The original Dominic Hasek, yeah. Just scroll around everywhere. Stop the puck, no problem.
In a wild career twist, Hutton retired from hockey at 1904 at the age of 27, right after winning the Stanley Cup, to focus on professional lacrosse, where he earned even more accolades. That's like a goalie today retiring, mid-dynasty. Imagine like Connor Hellebuyck quitting after the finals to play pro baseball or something like that.
It'd be less pressure for him. Sorry, Connor.
Hutton is credited with pioneering low sprawling save techniques decades before the butterfly became a thing. They said Hutton stops more with his heart than his hands. That's what the newspapers would say about him. And
I love this guy.
I think it was like literal. He was, of course, inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame in 1963, almost 60 years after his last hockey game. And his induction was not just for stats, but his fearlessness, multi-sport dominance, and status as one of the first goalie superstars in Canada. Looking at the Bouse Hutton hobby market, there are no plain day hockey cards for him, but there is, though, a rookie lacrosse card from the 1910 C60 Imperial Tobacco set. The PSA 2 copy we're looking at on YouTube sold for $33 in April 2018. So for hockey, though, we got to go to Phil's favorite, 1985 Cardophilium, where the PSA 10 we're looking at is the highest selling copy from this past June, where it sold for $19. Now, according to Phil, this would be only hundreds. You'd have to pay
hundreds of dollars. Can we talk about how great my Ottawa 67's uniform is? Well, it's a silver 7s. I'm sorry, but I like that. The white, red, and the black striping. It's nice. Yeah.
Do either you think he looks depressed in this card?
He's probably got a lacrosse game to play the next day. He's probably got a football game to play the day after.
Training camp's coming up.
Yeah, training camp's coming up. Kids are screaming. Birds are flying off.
He's all padded up too. I don't think that the artist knew that he wasn't didn't wear pads.
Not up to
that, boys.
Look at
this. Is your Hockey Hall of Famer? What?
How's he supposed to bend with those pads on? They're up to his waist.
True. That's your Hockey Hall of Famer, Bouse Hutton.
Good job, Josh.
Right, Millip Parsh.
Yep. Yes. Mosh Jadigan.
Philosophagus.
Okay, let's start our previews today.
Preview time.
With our conversation with Neville Pather. As most of you know, we're constant fanboying over the Ultimate Holders.
It's a great picture of him.
It is.
That's a great that's a great picture of him.
Yeah.
Very kind, very sincere.
Mm-hmm.
Pather's supporting our show. They're helping us continue to be goofballs and crack thousands of dollar slabs with railroad ties. And in turn, we're going to try to help them get the word out about their amazing products. Like most good companies, Pather is made up of really good people, and Neville Pather runs the company there and is a very kind and super smart man. And anyone in Chicago at the National should stop by the Pather booth and say hi to Neville. Tell him we sent you.
Yeah,
And
oh
we
yeah,
have-
he'll love that. Yeah, tell him Josh sent you, not Phil or Louie.
tell him,
But,
and if tell him
can
Phil
we-
sent
can we-
you, and he promised hundreds of dollars of free stuff. No, don't do
Yeah,
that.
oh, yeah, that'd go over real well.
It's all Phil's fault. We had the privilege to chat with Neville the other day, and very honored to be able to introduce him to more people through our show.
Yes.
So we hope you enjoy this conversation with Neville Pather. We are very excited and pleased to welcome Neville Pather for the first time to the Hockey Cards Gongshow podcast today. Hi, Neville. How are you?
Josh, thank you. And thank you for having me.
Very excited to have you on. And I think I've told you this story before, but I've been to the expo 6 or 7 times now. And for a long time, I noticed this big blue and white booth with this company that I wasn't even quite familiar how to say the name. And it took like a year or two till I finally got to meet you and understand what Pather is all about. And you guys do so many amazing things in the collectible space that I was excited to have you on, because there's probably some people like me that didn't have a lot of familiarity with your company that maybe we can inform people a little bit about today. So I guess I'd like to start there. So for anyone who's not familiar with Pather, can you tell us a little bit about your company's history and maybe how you guys got into the collectible space?
So our company is 48 years old, moving into the 49th year.
Wow.
It is a family business, very humble beginnings. We have been manufacturing plastics from the beginning, and then we branched into other substrates such as wood, metal, graphics, trade show booths. Our main business started as we have been manufacturing and designing and implementing stores around the world from day one.
Yeah.
The collectible, we've always been in the collectible series, but not full time. COVID gave us that opportunity because during COVID, as we all know, retail shut down.
Yeah.
We only made one product for the world, and those were the shields that go in the
Okay.
grocery stores, the banks, the casinos. That was our core product during COVID, and we were actually 24/7 for right through the whole COVID period.
Wow.
But it gave our design teams and our engineering teams time to develop, to concentrate on the collectible world. During COVID, we had so many people coming out of, they were home and all these collections were coming in and people wanted to display them properly.
Yeah.
And that's where we created product lines such as, our ultimate holders. And then we enhanced our product lines that we've had, such as our jersey cases, our giant slabs. So the products of being around, COVID allowed us to concentrate for the first time in our corporate history on something very special.
Oh, absolutely. And just to tie in too, you had mentioned, part of the history of Pather is building display cases and really anything and everything that helps stores merchandise products. We just had Johnny Amendola on, and he mentioned how integral Pather was to building their amazing store. And they just did, like, I think, a revamp a little bit that you guys helped with that too. So there's just an example within the hobby of how Pather is involved on the store side as well.
Mint Inc. John was just an absolute pleasure to deal with because he gave us carte blanche. He gave us his vision, and he allowed us to come in and do what we do. We've been doing that for a long time. We've always been behind the scenes, but I
Yeah.
think John and a number of other companies allowed us to use our creativity, and it's just blossomed to where we are now.
Mhm.
We're going back, and I just brought this out because here's a picture of me going back, 50 years ago. My father and I started in the flea markets, very, very, like I said, very humble beginning. So it's been quite a ride, and the next 10 years are going to be even better, right?
Yes. We all hope so. So was it really COVID that made it click for you that the collectible space can be a big part of Pather's, you know, strategy going forward, or when was it that where you said, "Wow, this is a really big opportunity"?
I think it would probably be the year after COVID, when we had the opportunity to do one project, and the accolades we've got from that one project. It was just, people could not believe the quality that they
Mhm.
were experiencing, and we've maintained that goal in our mind. It's been from day one through the corporate division, but on the collectibles, you know, it's about quality, and it's not about the money. It's about what the people get, and I think they appreciate a good product manufactured properly. And even on the ultimate holders, when yourself and Phil touched and felt, your reaction. That's what we've been trying to achieve in all our product lines.
Yeah, and I think for anyone who's maybe business minded or has an entrepreneurial dream out there, I really like and I believe very similarly that the money is the byproduct of solving problems, creating good products, making people happy. That, if you put your focus squarely there, the money part usually takes care of itself. Do you agree with that?
I agree. I agree. One of the things that I've learned at this stage in my life and our company's history was that I've never seen an area where collectors and even other exhibitors have worked so hard. We go into trade shows and we see, companies that are, the load in, the load out.
Mhm.
And this is passion. I've had not seen this before. And how people take care of their parts, and even learning from you and Phil about the card industry. And um, the cards are pieces of art, and there's a
Yeah.
history to every card. And there's an appreciation to, it's like the Mona Lisa. There's an appreciation to this industry. And I really am humbled, and our company is humbled to be in here to make a difference. Right.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. That's where I want to go now, is to the ultimate holder. And again, put me at, it's so funny when uh, there's so much education that has to happen in this hobby in a variety of ways. It starts with the cards, of course, because those are the stars, and that's why we're all in it. But I was pretty agnostic towards whatever whole, whether it's a top loader or one touch or whatever, a binder, whatever a card was in. I never really thought too much about it until we met you and you started to introduce us into as to what the ultimate holder is and why it exists. And I think like the key light bulb moment for me, Neville, was when and top loaders are fine, right? But it's like when you think, boy, I have a $2,000 card and a 12-cent protector here, and it's not that like the money part about it, but it was more just getting back to your point, the quality of it, and how to not just display it in the most beautiful way, but also protect it. And so you must have had some sort of realization along those lines as well. When did the ultimate holder idea come about, or who came to you with the problem where you're like, I think we can fix this?
During COVID, we had a lot of customers come back to us with their product, and they were having yellowing issues, they were having breakage issues, they were having scratching issues, and a lot of the clients were coming back and said, "Do you have a better version of what we can do?" And that's where that ultimate holder came in. Um, as the manufacturer, we realize that we think we can add our advantages, and be consistent with manufacturing to give something that's for a difference of pennies, really. Why wouldn't you spend pennies if you say you've got a $2,000 card? It's just it's a non issue. It's
Yeah.
self explanatory.
And very early on, you started to educate us, Louis, Phil, and I, about really kind of the core differentiator of Ultimate Holders is acrylic versus plastic. And can you kind of get into that a little bit about why you think acrylic is superior to a what polystyrene? Is that the word I learned from you?
That's correct. Yeah, right.
Okay.
So, there's an old saying that actually one of our clients most recently gave us. He said that all plastics are not the same. And, you know, the ultimate holders are acrylic. Um, there are other products on the market that are polystyrene. As an example, and I'm just going to use acrylic, the clarity on acrylic in an ultimate holder it's a 92% light transmission. Um, it is scratch resistant to the point where it's a harder surface than polystyrene. It's not scratch resistant where anything you can take and you can
Sure.
example, open a paper clip and you can scratch it hard, right? But acrylic is the material to be used. It's used in aquariums. It's actually 10 times stronger than glass. And for all
Wow.
our listeners, they can actually go on to the web now and they can punch in what's the difference between acrylic and polystyrene. And
Okay.
these topics will pop up. Um, it's a much more UV resistant. The clarity, you don't see a yellow tinge or a blue tinge.
Mhm.
And that's what we've been trying to focus on. That for yet the same price, um, why wouldn't you protect your product and your livelihood much better?
Yeah, and I think like that's to me the two core benefits to me, the collector, is first of all, when we put our cards in protective cases like ultimate holders, we end up stacking them a lot. And that creates abrasion, right? Because we're not, you know, gingerly putting them where they don't rub against each other a little bit. And what I've noticed with other products is that a lot of times those become very scratched and within a year or less. And then you have a poor window to view and appreciate your card at that point. And so that really resonated with me, that because when I want to show, either look at the card for myself or show it off to a friend, I want it to look good. I mean, and I want it to be represented as beautiful as possible while still being protected within that case.
No, and that's what it is. It's just there's a lot of value in the cards, and you're dealing with it every day. It's a showpiece.
Mhm.
So if we can make that showpiece, wow, everybody wins. The other aspect that we've learned is a lot of these products are going to outlive us, right? They're going to
Yeah.
go to generation or they're going to be resold. And when you pass this on or everything or keep it, in your safety deposit boxes or everything, it's still there.
Mhm. No, that is right. It's like these a lot of these are heirloom pieces that hopefully they live on and kind of, give your ancestors or your children or grandchildren someday kind of a something to remember you by, or kind of an idea of who you were as a person. And so there's the display side of the ultimate holder, that it's clearer, it's scratch resistant, which is important, but there's also the protective benefits of acrylic as well. And I think you mentioned, right, that it's harder than plastic, so it'll be
It is harder than polystyrene.
polystyrene. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's also the UV aspect to it. Can you talk to that a little bit?
Right. And here's something where, a lot of people, there's a fallacy that there's really nothing in the world that's UV rated unless you're willing to pay a lot of money, right?
Hmm.
But but a lot of the collectors are not putting their cards out in the sun and everything, right?
Yeah.
But if and I can't speak for other products, but if you put our product against anybody else's, right? Or there could be, you, let the product speak for itself, right? And it's about it's all about the look. That's really what it comes down to, and that comfort level that I'm buying quality,
Yeah. And so
right?
you do, and I think like you've told us too, that as part of your manufacturing process, you guys do add UV protectant too. There's nothing that's foolproof, right? Like you said, you can't leave your card in direct sunlight for 20 years in any holder and expect it not to fade. The sun is we were just so I'm in Minnesota. We're from northern Minnesota, a lot of lake homes and cabins, and we were just commenting how, like on a pontoon boat, how quickly the sun can, it's amazing how fast it deteriorates, like the vinyl on the seats and stuff like that, and how you really got to keep it out of the sun to protect it.
It's yeah. There's yeah. It's. I think that from the materials that's being used, you know, it's it's the manufacturing processes. Not all parts are made right the same, right? It's who's the manufacturer, where's it coming from, and and what the quality of that part is.
Yeah, and that gets to me too. What stood out to me about Pather right away as well. We've got to know each other a lot over the past year. Is that you're the first to admit that. Listen, you haven't been collecting cards for 50 years, but you are a plastics and acrylic manufacturer, and this is your area of expertise. And where I think that is germane to this conversation is that you guys are not only selling ultimate holders, you make them. That's really your core competency as a business and your expertise. And and so to me, that gives me a lot of confidence knowing that you're picking the materials, you're controlling the manufacturing process, the quality, versus, I assume, and you tell me if I'm wrong, that a very common strategy these days is to white label products, right? Where I go and I find a manufacturer somewhere around the world, and not really being an expert in that product, but have be more of a marketer, and I slap my logo on it and I try to promote it at that point.
Yeah, it's just, we had a couple of your gentlemen who just in the last couple of days ordered some products, and we sent them products. And one of the comments that we got back was, "Oh my gosh, there's a difference here." Right. And it was a nice compliment. Right. And, he said that, "Why haven't I heard of you guys before?" Right. And he said, "I would like to order more. I'm going to come and see you at the National and bring inventory." Right. And he said, "Let me help you." And, those little things where people pick it up, touch it, uh, that's a nice thing. We're
Mhm.
getting stores now. Um, we're getting stores now ordering. The numbers are very humbling, and people are starting to really embrace what their cards look like in our products.
Yeah, well, and again, I think that's like why we're trying to help you, right? Is because you have a great product, and so, and when you develop a great product, then at that point you want to get the word out and start to educate people and understand how your ultimate holder is different from the typical solution out there. One of the other things that we learned about you guys is that although you're based in the Toronto area, you're really a global company and expanding and into for me into the U.S., which is important. Can you kind of talk about the reach that you guys are trying to have all around the world?
Yeah, for the U.S., the last year has has really forced us to open up. We've already opened up one plant in the United States and on the east, and now we're opening up. We'll open up another one in the west, and we're probably going to go central. Um, and it's not only the ultimate holders, but the whole product line. But it's been great. The U.S. is just. I have to admit, the people are amazing. They've been the integrity that we found, and there's some the questions have been amazing. Can you do this? Can you do this? Can you do this? Can you make me this? So it's been a real adventure.
Awesome. Well, and to maybe spend a minute or two just talking about the spectrum of what you guys do. Again, we're starting with the ultimate holders, but you guys have a how many products in the collectible space do you even have? Do you even know?
We've got one of our patented lines worldwide is our sweater cases, jersey cases. We're in stadiums. People are, because our pieces are patented and they ship flat, and we've taken that next level on those. We're getting into our slab cabinets. We're building stores like Mint Inc. We built quite a large number of stores. A lot of Because of our flexibility and our in-house designs and our manufacturing, we can do custom.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that. So you have like if I have a large collection, I want to build a man cave or something like that. Those are projects that you guys do.
That's our specialty. We've done some very, very serious celebrities. Obviously, we're supposed to be very confidentially on that.
Sure.
We've done a lot. We call them fan caves, right?
Nice.
We've done a lot of people's homes, a lot of corporate offices. We've done restaurants. We built Wayne Gretzky's. It shows our age when Wayne was just with the Raptors, and that he was with that whole group. We've done a lot of crazy things. We just had, and again, I'm learning about the cards. We just had a collector come with rookie cards from LeBron James. He had 50 rookie cards from day one, and they were in another product, and we switched the product out into our product, and then we created this incredible rotational slab wall. It was actually in his corporate office, and he wanted it hidden. So when people came in, they just saw a painting, but when he touched a button, the painting moved, and these slabs in this wall just came. It worked out really well. He was very happy, right?
Wow,
So
those must be kind of daunting but fun projects too to try to solve the riddle, right?
yeah, the cards itself, I was asking him all these questions about the cards, and he was saying, this came from, LeBron's rookie season, and this was part of a shoe, but it was in a card, right?
Yeah.
And then he wanted us to take the card, put it in one of our products, in Ultimate Holders, and then he wanted to tell a story around the card. So with our manufacturing capabilities, right, we were able to print stories of what the card was. So we took it to another level, and we're doing that more and more with everything.
Wow, that's amazing. When you can kind of see how you guys do that, because I know you build your own booths and you build them for other people. Like when we go to the expo, so this week you're going to be at the National, of course. How many years now have you set up at the National?
This will be if I'm not mistaken, this will be our 4th year. The National people, they've been just so professional. Joe, Larry, and their whole team, they've been so kind to us, giving us that opportunity to come in and showcase, our booth. And we gave them our word that whatever booth we would put in, it would represent what they're trying to do. And we also have to, we are also surrounded by other companies, and we want to make whoever we're around proud too.
Yeah. How big of a booth do you have?
The National will be at 20 by 40.
Wow, that's big,
Right.
especially at that spot. And we're back in Chicago this year. Is this a venue that you like for the National?
Wherever the National puts us, we will adjust, right? And they have got their own processes. We're just lucky. We're very grateful to be there. And whatever they're right, we'll adjust, and we'll try to make the best booth amazing.
And you guys will have the collectors will be able to buy all your products at your booth, right?
Absolutely. We're in booth number 2319 at the National in the corporate side. We will have our product line, and we're also introducing new products.
Oh,
right. And the products are going to be wow, right? We're trying to show everybody how they can use their product.
really? Okay. So and now these new products you're introducing, are they just going to be to kind of see and learn about, or will you be able to purchase those as well?
They can purchase.
Nice. So
right?
you're kind of using the national as obviously it's the biggest show in the world as a forum to create excitement around new products you guys are developing too.
Right, the National in Toronto, those are, those are shows where, we can introduce to the world. A lot of our obviously our general managers around the world come. A lot of our people around the world come, and we use that as a template. Obviously, besides our head office and our head office showrooms, we have. I think you've seen a bit of our showrooms.
Yeah.
They're pretty cool, and we're actually doing something with one of our 5,000 square foot showrooms. When we get back, we're going to do something that's never been done in the world before.
Well, that is cool. Will you have any like deals or offers that people can take advantage of?
Yes,
Or
we're going to have special pricing for people who appreciate our product at the National.
oh, that's okay. Looking forward to that because I
Yeah.
need more
All
ultimate
right.
holders. So
All right. Yeah.
Louis Chu has already said that he's stocking up when we're there as well. Now, so it's been you said the year after COVID, you guys got very serious about the collectible space. You were in it for a while before that, I understand. How or where do you consider I don't know like what how you describe this category, if it's display or protection or both, but how much innovation runway do you think still exists? Like, is because to me, it kind of feels like it's still in its infancy a little bit. Like, for the longest time, people had these little binders and nobody put much attention. Going back to when I was a kid in the late 80s and early 90s, right? And now it just seems like, and we've seen some previews of stuff you guys have coming too, that there's still a lot of room to really put more thought and creativity into this space.
We think so. We're very lucky because we are global, and we get to see what's in every country. We get to see actually on the ground what's happening in a sense, and I call it domestically in every country. And we see what works and what doesn't work. We're seeing when we're building corporate offices or stores and everything, we're seeing what the people want. So this is knowledge that we're learning as we go, and we're taking that knowledge and we're adjusting to what the clients want. A lot of our learning has been the clients teach us, the collectors teach us, what is there or not. And it's actually been really cool to listen to the collectors, and they're saying, I'm having problems with this, I'm having problems with this. And we can't fix everything, but as I say, Rome was not built in one day. We're going in stages.
Hmm. Well, that really resonates with me. In a former life, I used to manage large sales teams, and I was chock full of sort of like Josh sayings. And I used to tell people all the time, first rule of sales is find out what people want and do that. Right. And I would think like even the national as not just a way to showcase your products, but those conversations that you have with collectors are maybe even more valuable.
Absolutely. And also, the collaborations, we're coming in from a different angle. We want collaborations because we're not, we don't make, we don't make certain kinds of products, and we're not going to make those products. Right. So we would rather help somebody else make their product better. And in return, we will help them in other areas. Right. This is about everybody wins together. Right.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with that. Is there a part of too, and just like your role in the company where you use the national to just get a pulse on the industry, see what other companies are doing and where the industry is headed?
Um, not as much, but I think the national is about seeing a lot of people. It's like it's like an old club where everybody gets to
Yeah.
know each other, and we're learning that, where the respect, and we're seeing the shift. We're seeing, and I come back to, there's some incredible companies, and I've seen these companies over and over again, and seen how hard they work at the shows, right?
Yeah.
And I've seen them develop, right? And I'm gonna, there's a few call outs. Like I look at stand-up displays, I look at Xeon cases. These guys work really hard, right? And I see them, when they pull in the trucks, they're taking it off by their hands, and that has I have so much respect for the people who are working so hard, and the guys are behind tables, and they know their product, Josh. Like
Yeah.
you guys know your cards, so that's wild, right? And I tip my hat to these guys.
Well, it seems like that from what I got to know, like you're a guy who really appreciates passion, right? Because you guys have a passion for what you do, and that's the fun thing about this space is that you go to, I don't know, a financial planning conference, and we need it, right? It's a healthy thing, it's a good thing, but you don't get the excitement, the energy that you do at a large card show like the National.
I've never seen it. I've been around. I'm in my mid 60s. I've never seen anything like this hobby. The passion, as you say, the dedication. It's astounding,
Mhm.
and
But
it
it's
can
kind of
only
a
grow.
absolutely, and I think that to me, as sort of a person that's always been interested in businessy stuff, that it's it's also an industry that's growing up too, right? And it's more like a cottage, kind of underground, sort of church basement card show, little hole in the wall card shops, uh, you know, very niche, right? To now where you go to whether it be the expo or a show like the National, and you have real investment. There's good and bad in this, but you have investment banking firms that are very interested in the hobby and companies that are investing, five figures, six figures, seven figures into a presence at a show, and to kind of see, it's almost like it's a maturing industry, or becoming a, I don't know what the word is, but it's very fascinating to watch this process.
It's changing, as you say. It's getting more sophisticated, right?
Yeah.
And I think, you know, I, you know, I'd love to see it in 30 years. It's going to be really, really interesting.
And it is, but you still get that mix though, right? Because you have like companies like Pather that come in, or these other big companies with sort of very polished professional booths, and again creating products. Like you guys are investing in products to help make the industry better, but then you're surrounded by a guy who has just bought a table for 30 years and puts his cards out, and so it still has that grassroots feel to it as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And these gentlemen who, the, they take pride in what's in that case,
Yeah.
and they know everything that's in that case.
Do you guys build like cases for shows, like like the big like box cases, or is that not yet?
No, we're not going to get into the building the display cases, because there are other companies that are doing that. But
Okay.
where we will touch bases, we're actually working on we're actually working on making certain materials break proof, scratch, totally scratch resistant. And I think you were in the Toronto show. Did you see the test that I did with the hammer on the new material?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. That is security features. We're doing that in the jewelry business for our corporate division now, and a lot of the high-end luxury brands. So that's coming, where we can now introduce cases that the material is unbreakable, right, and 100% scratch resistant, normal wear to tear. So that's where we're going to try to help people who are in that space too.
Oh, I got you. And so like, would I kind of take that answer as you guys really, you're not trying to do anything and everything. You're trying to identify like where you add value, what are products that you can produce, on your own that can help innovate and push forward this segment of the hobby? And then how can you support other companies make their products better?
Yeah, and we don't want it. You know what? One of the things is that we take, right. We're not going to here to take somebody else's livelihood away, right? But we can collab with them to use what we do best to enhance what they do.
Awesome.
You know,
Um,
uh, there's been a couple of examples, and I use Toronto as an example. A couple of people asked us as favors, can we make especially to design showcase for their, for their booth. We did that, right? Um, because it's, we don't mind doing that as a favor. We didn't charge them. These are people that we've, from the United States that were coming into Canada, and, they didn't want to lug it in. We're Canadian. That's all about, that working together relationship. It's, it's called karma.
yeah. I believe in that. A lot of people don't, but I believe you put good things out
Yeah.
in the world, and in general, good things come back to you. So that's one of the principles that I believe in. So throughout this whole experience, and especially over the last 5 years, have you got the bug for anything? Has there been a point where you're like, I think it could be pop culture. It doesn't have to be hockey or sports cards, where you thought, I think I want to collect something.
We deal with a lot of celebrities in their, doing their homes and everything. I haven't got the bug. I haven't got the bug for any sports card, but I've seen some crazy things, like things that are one-offs. What we're just crossing now is we've just been asked to do the Beatles. Somebody's got a Beatles collection of cards
Wow.
from day this, and I'm just guessing. Please, this gentleman, I think he's probably the biggest, quietest collector in the world, but he's got these cards of the Beatles from when they first started, and he's got to have. I think he's got to have about 50,000 cards, and he wants to create in his home. He's quite right. All cards displayed, and I was going through these cards, never seen anything like it.
Are you a Beatles fan?
No, but it's my generation, kind of, right? But
Yeah.
there's wild stuff. We're seeing, what else are we seeing? We're seeing a lot of memorabilia because we
Yeah.
showcase a lot of memorabilia. The cards coming back, I'm learning, about, the thicknesses.
Yeah.
We've got that, and what people are putting in there. We're starting to put floor tiles in our ultimate holders,
Oh, wow.
right? Some of the stadiums are
Yeah.
resurfacing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So
Like the
now,
old parquet
and
floor of, yeah.
that's been an interesting one. Somebody most recently came to us from one of the leagues. They wanted to see if we can put ice inside there, right? And so that would be a good one where you have it encapsulated inside the ultimate holder, and inside there's ice inside the encapsulation.
But I would think too, like sometimes maybe like if you're in doing a custom job for an athlete or celebrity or just somebody that has a large collection in their house, that being able to not just have like a wall of cards, as cool as that might be, but to have, display a jersey and then a couple cards around that, a stick or pucks, or, and have more of like a mixed media kind of approach to it, where you could probably do some really interesting stuff.
Yeah, we're Josh, we're one of the things that we found is a lot of collectors have collected so much they don't have a lot of room, right? But they didn't realize what they have. We're making dining room tables where the cards there. So the top layer is all cards, but then you can actually pull out drawers. There's another layer, right? And it's actually and then on the top, we have our unbreakable scratch and sheets. So they're using it on a daily basis, but the cards, you can see them. That's, we're trying to innovate how to take the collector's cards and show them things that are not very expensive, but they can showcase their cards in a security way, in a really cool way.
Yeah, that's resonated. That resonates with me because I think a lot about whether it's just myself or other collectors that you spend years kind of curating and accumulating these collections, and then often they sit in a closet in a box, and it's almost a shame,
It is a
right?
shame.
Because you don't enjoy it as much, and then and I think there's expression not just in like what you collect and the collection you build for yourself, but how you display it is a creative expression as well.
It is. We would love of all the work we've done over the last whatever, we would love to showcase, but these are people's homes and
Yeah.
we must respect their privacy. But, people are taking pride in starting to show it. You know, the other thing is we're seeing a lot of collectors, they have kids and they're saying, when my kids have friends over, I don't want something to disappear. Can you make it visible, but can you protect it? So we're
Yeah.
encountering all these challenges.
Is that part of your business growing? Is there more interest in people and kind of now that they've accumulated all this and finding ways to display it in a beautiful way?
Yeah, we've got that whole the store build, right? Because we do our metal, we've got our own metal company, our own wood company, our own signage company, and then we're mixing it obviously with the acrylics and on the plastic side, right? So we can come in and do everything. And we've got our own in-house design and engineering teams, right? So it's kind of like a one-stop shop. Example, Mint Ink, right?
Yeah.
Right. And you've met Johnny, and he had the vision, right? And we had to start with drawings first, just like an architect. So there's a number of other companies that are in the same boat.
Well, it's been a pleasure getting to know you. You're a very kind person, and like I said, we're grateful for your support of our show too, and that you believe in what we're trying to do here as well. And we're big fans of the Ultimate Holder, and I know are going to be whatever you guys produce down the road. And so I hope if you are at the National, be sure to go check out Pather again. What booth number did you say that
It's
was?
It's 2319 in the corporate side, right?
And I'm sure that you'll have people. It'll be visible, and
there's going to be some crazy stuff happening at the National, right? But Josh, I just want to thank you and Phil and your team for everything that you've done for us, and just you being ultra professional, and your listeners. For those of thank you so much for all your kindness and your nice emails, and we appreciate all your support.
all right. Well, we'll look forward to seeing you this week at the National. Have safe travels, and we'll talk to you soon.
Great. Thank you, Josh. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
What an awesome guy.
Oh yeah.
He's very serene and calm, just like you, Phil.
Yes, we get along great. Hey, I told you, I get along with quieter people much better in general. Of course, there's outliers, but Neville, I clicked with Neville the second we met. It was great. You
Yeah,
wouldn't think
because
so, but
you're always talking and then you never get interrupted, so it works out for you.
perfect. He's always laughing. It's fantastic.
Oh, this guy's amazing. Just some of the questions you had in there, Josh, and his answers. Like, we're not trying to make something somebody else has ever done, but if they got questions, we're here to help them in that way. You remember that part?
No.
Oh,
That you know what I like
It's
about
weird. I was
Pather?
there and I don't remember. I'm like that. My family tells me all the time, like I can't remember anything, and
Mhm.
I would think I was like in trouble, more in trouble upstairs than I already am. But it's been like this my whole life. So,
Oh.
but
Yeah. No. Awesome guy. That was a
Very
great
good.
interview.
Yeah. Slab Sharks, the Gongshow partner sponsor. We're thankful for their support of our show. The current Slab Sharks weekly auction is live because the National doesn't mean Slab Sharks stops. And once again, there's more than 4,000 cards to bid on in this week's auction. Another complete banger. And all three of us had homework. I did mine right away. Phil waited till the last
No, I
minute.
didn't.
You did? Oh, good.
No,
Pablo Louis.
What's up?
Did Phil wait till the last minute?
I would never throw Phil under the bus. He
Oh,
got it done in
I'm such
amazing
an easy
time.
target.
Well, we had to look. We went and looked through the auction and found 2 very special cards that we think you all will benefit from knowing more about. So here are our picks this week to highlight. The first one that I picked is pretty typical. It's a 2012 Fleer Retro Sidney Crosby 97-98 Retro PMG Blue out of 50 PSA 7. The only parallel that has a shorter print run would be the green out of 10. Absolutely love blue PMGs from 2012 Fleer Retro. I think as far as like looks go, they're the best looking, if not the most rare. And I actually think this Sid is an awesome copy. And one of the main reasons why I wanted to pick this, and go ahead, go on to Slab Sharks, look at the card yourself. No PMG is perfect, but you can't, this is not a card to be scared off from or scared from because of the 7 grade.
Mhm.
It's like, it's a PSA 7 of a 2012 retro PMG is like a PSA 9 of any other card.
You gonna crack it? No, you're probably not. That's what
Oh,
I don't
this
get
one
of
I
that
probably
game.
would.
Like
This one I
cup
probably
card. When people grade cup cards and they like 8.5s and they leave it in there. Oh my goodness.
Mhm.
I don't get it.
Yeah, if I wasn't gonna be at the National, I don't know. I might have to go after this one. We'll see where I have the Lemieux, so they could be like buddies.
Is the Lemieux slabbed?
No.
No.
Oh, then you crack this sucker.
Oh
Just
yeah,
bring,
this one I
bring
would.
it over to my house. We'll take care of this right away.
We'd have just let you do it at the cabin, but
yeah.
there.
Throw on the fire, warm it up.
Oh, I cracked it, and now it's a PSA -40. It's got a big stake driven right through it. That's what would happen. Not the kind you eat. Okay, the second card that I chose is a interesting card. 2003-04 Upper Deck Ice Marc-Andre Fleury, the rookie glass or rookie's glass out of 25. It's raw. I don't. This must. And I honestly didn't. I kind of got interested in trying to figure out what this is. I think it's like the precursor to the Ice Premieres. Like,
I don't know where you're going with this card.
it's cool. I like it.
Yeah.
You're not into What do you think, Lee?
I think it's awesome. It's different. I like it. Minus the, gosh, it just brought me back though. Remember the screw down, the single screw holders?
Yeah.
Like the one we're looking at right now?
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, it is. This isn't a screw down, isn't it? No. But it looks like more like it has like front cover, like it's almost like a one touch, right? Where there's like a
yeah, keep reaching, buddy. It's
right.
it's an old card that has not been the risk if you unscrew that with your Phillips.
Nothing. No,
I think it'll be okay.
It's just, yeah, we'll just leave it at that.
Louis.
Yo. Oh.
What are your cards?
First pick was a 2017 SP Game Used Marty Brodeur Supreme Patches Jumbo Patch out of 15. I like this one because the jumbo patch isn't really as jumbo as the new jumbos, if you will. I don't like those. But
there's a lot of jumbos.
This card's sick.
Yeah.
Super sick.
It has the like the stringy thingy though that I totally love that. I can't. Ugh.
The stitching?
Yeah.
Yeah, the loose thread. I would have to clip off. Or like.
Oh, I like the loose thread. It adds authenticity to me.
Well, it's character.
Yeah, character. That's a good one.
Makes me sweat under the arms.
No, it just makes it look more game used.
Put on your degree. You're good.
It's more used. It's like, what if there was a puck mark right in the white there?
That would be awesome. I'm a big fan of puck marks.
And then number 2, I don't even remember what it was. Oh, yeah, 2020 Upper Deck the Cup Yager Inked Insignias auto out of 25.
These are cup cards, eh?
Yeah.
This could have been any inked insignia card. I love these things. I know it's a fake patch, it's manufactured, but
yeah,
clean. They look good. I love them.
I didn't know they were in the cup. I know I'm sleeping at the wheel on that, but a manufactured fabric in the cup. Yeah. Put in black diamond. That's a black diamond card.
It's just every team's logo is what's in every one of them there, and I don't know. It looks nice. I think it's a good looking card.
I guess what's the difference of printing a team logo ink or creating one with embroidery. What's the difference? I don't know why in my head one seems so much better than the other.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I think Louis is giving the rational argument. I am irrational about manufactured patches, and so I come from more the wrong. But I can't disagree with anything Louis is saying.
No,
And
he's right. Yeah.
Yeah, this would be a black diamond card if there was a sticker on it. I mean, that's like the black diamond hallmark, right?
Yeah.
What do we think about Yager's autograph?
It's consistently lazy.
Oh, you think so? I kinda
Really?
like it.
I don't like it. I can't listen. He's one of the best players to ever play the game of all time, but just like Ovechkin, I don't really have a need to critique him or collect him, or the autograph's kind of weak in my opinion.
Really? Do
Yeah, a
you
little bit.
hate Yager as much as Mario Lemieux?
No, but I would rather collect. You know what? I don't want either of their cards. Full respect, but I'm not. Crosby's my only Penguin that I have eyes for.
Philip?
Hello. My turn. Yeah, here we go. So we're gonna do things a little different here. What you're looking at here, good listener, is a 2024 Upper Deck Lane Hutson Silver Outburst Young Gun. So current bid is $475. Usually I say that at the end, but I'm going to say it at the beginning. Listen, I know I just said it. I'll say it again. Sometimes I'm sleeping at the wheel a lot of the times, but that price point really caught me off guard. So I did a little bit of research wondering, I thought these were a lot more common. I didn't know, like if Deluxe is at a 250, there's obviously got to be way more silver outbursts. So I know we don't know print runs, but I took a peek at some other cards that are relatable and how many have sold all time. Now, this excludes private sales at shows and not shows, right? Like DMs and whatnot.
Yeah.
But according to Card Ladder, which is auction houses and eBay, Celebrini year to date has had 155 silver young gun outbursts sold. Mitchkoff has had 173 silver outbursts sold, young guns. And I counted. Listen, I know there's draft picks, and I put my finger on my monitor and I counted and I tallied. I did it. I'm not a good researcher like Josh.
There's no way you got to 123.
Oh, stop. Listen. And then Lane Hutson, who we have here, has had, other than this one, 123 silver outbursts sold, slabbed in raw.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. I thought way more. So if there's 250 in deluxe and there's supposed to be more in silver outbursts, that could mean a few things. What's that indicating? Is there what's the print run, right? Like how much product has been opened? If only 20% of product has been opened, my goodness, right? Like I know I'm kind of I'm filling in the blanks here without a lot of data, but I thought at least 500 to 600 silver outburst of young guns of one of these players would have been going, not 100, not less than 100, 200. If there's 250 in deluxe, what's going on here?
They look so this is my opinion, but oops, sorry. I think they look way better than definitely a deluxe and even an
exclusive. Of course. Who would buy a deluxe over this? I'm so listen, if you're trying to do the high gloss, red, silver deluxe thing, and you like deluxe, you like that blue tin, hey man, whatever, good for you. But I did you guys not think there was way more of these sold year to date? That's not a lot, boys. That's not a lot at all. Maybe these are a lot more rare than we think.
That surprises me, and maybe this is the new kind of future chase, right? If you want, maybe this is if you want to do the long term and you want to have any chance at value. I mean, it's something we should start tracking.
Here's another thing. So 23. So you might say to yourself, well, Phil, you picked 24, 25 people. Here's a nice point. 2023, 24, Bedard, silver outbursts. 133 have ever sold publicly. That's it. Only 133 silver Bedard young gun outbursts have ever sold. That's it. Wouldn't you think it'd be 500? Am I off?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I think you're dropping a knowledge bomb here, Phil.
Yeah, so if you got one, I don't know, maybe hold on to it, man.
So this whole time I've been thinking, didn't you move a Mitchkoff?
I did. I'm kind of regretting it.
I was going to ask you that if you regret.
Yeah, I regret it. Yeah, I got 300 in trade for it. I'm like, well, son of a Vondruk, I should have kept it. Yeah, I got a Lachenko and a Dustin Wolf. I'm keeping those now. Jesus.
Oh, you have a Dustin Wolf?
I do. Yes. Yes, it's beautiful. You
I
should hold it in
become
your hand.
Louis and Martin Brodeur and Mike Modano cards. Oh, you have a Wolf?
You got one?
Hovering. Stop hovering around my collection.
That's
All right.
good info. Thank you.
Yeah. So I won't be bidding on that card. It's all yours. And then my next one. All right. I apologize in advance, but I'm not apologizing at the same time. Okay, here we go. Yeah, sit back. I do not have a Don Cherry card in my collection. I don't really like a lot of them, and I'm not really like, hey, buy the coach, and I don't really care. But this card, what you're looking at, good listener, Upper Deck Legend Trilogy. I love this card, and this one really strikes my fancy. I'd also like to take this advantage of this opportunity to show how virtuous of a person I am. The following noises my face will make are explaining the statements and situations which I have fully disagreed with this old man on the screen who is known as Don Cherry. I will repeat, the following statements and situations that I will dictate, I fully disagree with the old man who is known as Don Cherry. All right. So first, I got 5 points here. First one, in 1996, he called European hockey players, quote unquote, nothing players, end quote, during a 1996 World Hockey Cup of hockey broadcast. Bad grammar there. Bure, Fedorov, Solani, Mogilny were to name a few of Euro nothing players that I loved with. I was very upset that a guy I respected and really adored every Saturday was trashing players I liked. That really upset me. I remember it to this day. I had tickets. I went to the Slovakia game. It was amazing. It was one of the best experiences I ever had. And then I have this old boomer trashing my favorite players. So there's the first thing I disagreed with them on. There's many more, but I'm only pointing out the few ones. In 2003, he supported the invasion of Iraq from the U.S. troops. No offense, Josh Louis. He criticized Canada's lack of support. Yeah, hard pass on that, Don. I'm not a big fan of sending me and my friends to something I don't care about. Yeah, I'm very against the war. Whatever your opinions are on that. I mean, stop. Not interested. So I disagreed with him on there. He called women reporters' presence in the NHL locker rooms inappropriate. Okay, so maybe it is inappropriate. I really don't give a crap. But that was a big deal here. That was a very big deal here with Don Cherry's opinion about women in a male's. I'm not a professional athlete and I'm not a female reporter. I don't have an opinion on that. I could care less. But I get both sides, right? If you're a guy walking out and your wiener's hanging out everywhere, I mean, you don't want that around. But I don't know, if you want equal rights, whatever. Okay, next.
Don't speak for Louis.
Yeah, there you go. Well, it depends if everyone's got magnifying glasses or not. Okay, next one. He criticized Manon Rhéaume's NHL appearance in 1992 as a PR stunt. That's insane. Maybe, you know what? Maybe he was right. But listen, if Caitlin Clark is good enough to play in the NBA, put her on a team. If I was Caitlin Clark, I would not be taking all this crap from the other WNBA players and media or whatever's going on over there. I'm not really paying attention. If Manon Rhéaume was good enough to play in the NHL, PR stunt or not, lace them up, put on the pads. I do not care if you are a woman. I want to see the best of the sport. I don't care if you're Curious George, but you can dunk better than most of NBA players. Go nuts. I don't care if you're Blues Clues Puppy Dog playing goalie for the Habs. I really don't care. Okay, and lastly,
wait, can I make a comment about that though? I think that there might be. I just wonder, the timing of everything and knowing, especially here in the U.S. when women's hockey became a thing, where, again, PR stunt or not, that could have, I wonder how much of an effect that had on the emergence of women's hockey, like how important that was for, because I think it was about 96 here when it became a high school sport in Minnesota, right, Louis, or was it 2000s?
I don't remember the exact year.
It just wasn't too far after that where it really started to boom here in Minnesota. And so maybe that was an important where girls saw that, oh, I can play hockey too.
I had my Tampa Bay Lightning card. I mean, we saw her at the Expo recently. She's part of my childhood. She contributed to the game of hockey, whether you want to say NHL or not. I think she should be in the Hockey Hall of Fame. The whole bit. I mean, she was. I don't know. I just, that was very important, very special. Whether you agree that women should be in men's sports or vice versa, whatever, it was a pivotal part in hockey that I remember clearly. And I disagreed with him. That's the whole point. I was like, let her play if she's good enough. Keep it
Do you
simple
think that
for
we
me.
could, on her behalf, file a class action lawsuit against Leaf for her Art of Hockey card? I would like to do that.
Pretty bad, eh? Mano, Phil here. Got some good news. It's gonna hurt a little bit. Hope you're sitting down. So, okay,
She's still
the
pretty
last-
good looking.
She's a
Same.
beautiful woman, and athletic, and athleticism, and yeah, big fan. So, lastly, he constantly criticized the NHL's shift towards speed and skill over fighting. That's a bone he could never put down. I have to be true to myself on this one, okay? I love fighting. I love combat. I love the one-on-one feats of strength moment. I there's something like the pitcher battle duel in baseball. I love that. I know it's not fighting or anything, but I love fighting. I love combat, but to prioritize a fist fight in the game of hockey over speed and skill, I cannot get behind that. I have to use my big brain. At the end of the day, I want to see goals and good defense, and I love fighting. But if I want to watch fighting, I can watch MMA. That's a different thing. I don't want fighting out of the game, but if it ever leaves the game, I understand why. So
you're saying you wouldn't be a Trevor Zegras fan?
yeah, he'd probably get a few more goals, a few more apples and goals. To go hard a little bit for no reason. I just wanted to show how much of a great person I am because of these reasons, and I can still respect Don Cherry. So I just thought maybe sharing a bit of page out of my book there. I love this man. He has said so many stupid things, and so have I. And he is net positive, hands down. He was great for the game of hockey in Canada, and I miss him greatly on Saturday nights. And I would love to get this card. And yeah, that's it. That's my stand on that.
What's the whole grapes thing? I've never knew that. The answer, like, why is he nicknamed?
I just like the habitant. I knew that grapes. Yeah, I'll know by the end of the show. Louis, can you look it up? I'm sure it's in my. I've only read his biography like 3 times. I don't remember, Josh.
Josh.
Oh, yeah.
The Minnesota State High School League in 1994 became the first state to sanction girls high school hockey, and then we hosted the first girls state high school hockey tournament in 95.
The home of women's hockey in the United States, Minnesota.
There you go.
Mic drop, probably.
Yeah.
I have 2 things to comment on this really quickly. First of all, Don Cherry is much more of a Canadian thing, right? I mean, we kind of know him in the U.S. as funny suits and being loud, right? I mean, that's but there's awareness of him here, but I get the sense that there's much more passion and one way or the other around Don Cherry. And what I appreciated about what you just did is this. So while my daughter and I were cleaning the kitchen after dinner last night, very exciting. It was one of these great moments where she was asking me, trying to like talk about like the state of the world and politics, and kind of, she's 17 and sort of sorting out her philosophies in life, right? And she was kind of complaining how it's like, one side of the world thinks that they're right and that the other side of the world is evil.
Yeah.
And then the other side thinks the same thing, right? And that's kind of the world we live in. And what I tried to explain to her is something that I believe and I think applies to Don Cherry, is that for whatever reason, we've all, or not all, but a lot of people have become caught in this trap of looking at people as all good or all bad.
Absolutes. Hate that.
Absolutes, right? And the fact is, most of us have very good qualities about us, and also qualities that are a lot of imperfections to go with it. And I'm not trying to, I don't know enough about Don Cherry to legislate where the ultimate verdict on his character should be. But I think what you've pointed out, right, is that here's a human, and to be human is to be flawed. And that there's reasons why people, would enjoy a card like this. And then there's, legitimate criticisms that you could have, and that you could have of any person. It's just public people, right? Those get aired out for everyone to discuss.
Yeah, I thought as I get older, like a couple of people that I really respect along in the last like 10 years, when I hear them go off on a tangent about not Don Cherry, but like here, it's a perfect example. And this was my most recent one. I have a very close friend who loves hockey. And he, when he saw Wayne wear the Make America Great Again hat, he denounced everything. He's like, I can't believe my hero is a horrible person. I'm like, oh my God. I don't even want to say his name because he might be listening. Sorry, bud, but I'm going to say what happened. That blew my mind. I'm like, come on, man. You're like, you can be upset at something that can absolutely upset you, but to blanket the label after decades of accomplishments and doing so much good, and that's where my brain breaks a bit. You can't silo the two. Like what you're gonna denounce Wayne Gretzky for the whole country because the fashion police, and you assume that really upset me. That very much upset me. So it's these. I try to keep an open mind, man. Like you can separate. Everyone's different. Everybody. What are you gonna have different rules for 8.5 billion people on the planet? It's not sustainable, folks. It's not. It's easier to build resiliency and than to change things, a little bit.
Yeah, we're probably getting a little soapboxy here. So
yeah. Sorry. Yeah, you got it, Josh. You're supposed to shut me down.
Well, here you go, Josh. Bill. In the 80s, Don Cherry hosted his own interview show named Don Cherry's Grapevine, and it lasted for several years before it moved
Cherry
to
Grape
TSN.
too. Yeah.
So
gotcha.
And then he put up sports bars and grills, I guess, with that name.
I thought it was sour grapes, maybe. I didn't want to say that because he's kind of like, he's a hoot and holler. Like, picture me in 30 years, like, so the sour grapes. I thought maybe it was that, but thanks, Louis, for checking on that one.
That was the biggest Lab Sharks card pick I've ever been a part of. Wow.
Nice. No idea what's going on.
You rambling on.
Oh, no, there have been longer ones. Don't worry.
Okay, we're going to highlight very quickly. We're not going to go into like deep philosophical tangents and tell stories about our daughters, but we're going to highlight 3 consigner cards really quick that I'm sorry.
Big card. Big card.
I have been so adamant. I'm on Team Phil and probably Team Louis. I think you're on the same team about, I so strongly prefer non-auto platinum cards. This is the first time one of these has really got to me, because one of the things Upper Deck does is that they change. He's not in this jersey and pose on the non-auto, I don't believe. I think the regular, I'll have to look that up now, but I think the regular Seismic Gold is a little bit different, and I might be just becoming a fool. But regardless, like, this is the first time I really considered wanting to buy a autographed O-Pee-Chee Platinum card, because I think this card is amazing.
Yep.
I keep thinking it's 6 out of 6, but it's G out of G, or goalie. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I get it. Yeah, so it's the 2023-24 O-Pee-Chee Platinum, Dustin Wolf, Seismic Gold auto, and he's in the black Calgary uniform with the, what is it, like the kind of the...
And it's out of 50. They're usually out of 25, the autos.
Interesting. It's out of 25. That was a typo by me.
Oh, shame.
Yeah, shame. I'm looking it up to make sure that see, so the regular Seismic Gold is in a totally different uniform, and I much prefer this pose and uniform, so that's why I'm on to this. Okay, here we go.
They're always different.
Shame.
They're always different pictures, the auto and not auto. They're never the same picture.
I knew that. I just had a crisis of confidence.
Okay, yeah, I know. I could tell you want this card. You're screwing up your words there a little bit. You're acting like me, yeah.
You should have seen him when this one came in.
Just pat him down, Louis, with the fans. Get JoJo to give him grapes. It's okay,
right?
John. It's okay.
You're fine.
But I'm obviously not the only one, because I think that, I don't remember what the bid is, but I think it's like $600 Canadian already or something like that.
Oh, big bucks.
Next one is another Tendy card. It's a 2020-21 Upper Deck Jake Ottner Young Guns Acetate Raw. And he's still one of the best young goalies. These acetates this year, because I have the Kaprizov, humble brag, they're just awesome. It's a great year for acetates. So wanted to highlight that one. And then another one, a patch auto I wouldn't normally pick, but 2022 Upper Deck Premier Wyatt Johnston. It's the Focus RPA. It's a gold ink auto out of 49. It's raw. Now, we just talked about, was the last show or the show before when we did the top 10 players under 25 years old from NHL.com. They named Johnston, who's like the 4th or 5th ranked in that list. And I just think that, especially for a gold auto on that, a lot of times like they're a little bit see-through or fit or light, that he had really good pen pressure on this. Is that the best way to say that?
Good intensity. Well balanced. Well balanced.
I like this card.
Well, they probably had the pressure dialed in on the auto pen, right?
Oh, Louis.
Sorry, I had to.
Hey, back to Ottinger there. He's a Minnesota boy. Isn't he always one of your Golden Gophers?
It's from he's literally from
Ayuma.
our
He's
neighborhood.
not a golden gopher.
Oh, okay. Oh, he's from your neighborhood, Farmington.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and he probably stands out. He's in like big lad, 6'5", 6'6" or something.
6'5", 6'4". He,
big boy.
I'm not going to get into it because nobody cares. But he went
quickly. Say quickly.
He defected to the town next to us, and so like if you look at his hockey cards, it'll say Lakeville, but he is not from Lakeville. He's from Farmington.
Okay, that would if I was a professional athlete, that would be very important to me. I'd get my agent or whoever the people in charge. You get that right. It's very important. That would bother me. Yeah.
There's this. All of our good hockey players go to Lakeville because they think that they don't like the program here.
Well, you don't even have a grocery store where you live. You said. Why would I?
I know.
Why the hell would I go there?
Now, the reason why so many hockey card collectors are choosing Slab Sharks to help turn their cards into cash is simple. It's two things, really. One, they do all the work. You get to be lazy and get money. Sounds like a dream to me. Sounds like half the people that work for the government in Canada, according to Phil.
Yeah. Hey, please. I'm pretty sure your state workers don't work that hard either down there in Minnesota.
What?
Oh, you're looking at one.
Oh.
You always got that dent on your forearm from leaning there, Louis, I find.
Wow.
Left arm's tanner than the right, isn't it?
You know all the jokes. Yeah.
Secondly, it's the biggest weekly hockey auction there is in the whole hockey hobby. That's important because you want your cards in the auction where the most people are snooping around, bidding, and sniping. You're a sniper type. Through the support of Canadian hockey card collectors, Slab Sharks has become the largest single seller on eBay Canada, and now we at the Hockey Cards Gongshow are helping them take it to the next level. American collectors can now easily get your cards listed in the Slab Sharks auction. All you have to do is send them to us, and we get them to Canada for you. You don't have to worry about the hassle or expense of shipping your cards to Canada. You just ship them to Minnesota, and Baba Louie canoes them over the border.
All the way up, baby.
That's so funny.
Hey. Sorry, on-air production meeting. We might have to do a Slab Sharks promo video at the cabin with Baba Louie in the canoe.
You have to. You got to spray him with some water, make him sweating. Oh God, that is so funny. Yeah. Yeah, the panic.
It's northern Minnesota, so it's pretty much Canada right there.
Yeah.
Right. So to try it out, there's a link in the show description that points to the simple registration and submission form. It's easy peasy lemon squeezy, boys. And for complete consignment information, including payout rates, head to slabsharks.com. Hobby news.
Hobby news.
News from the hobby. That's all I got.
A couple stories PSA related today, been in the news a little bit this week. And I know, Phil, the first one about the fact that PSA has, I guess, now begun to certify repacks. You covered a little bit on your show on Friday, and don't like to be redundant, but I think it's worth mentioning again because I like it and want to talk about it. So PSA has partnered with Jeff Wilson to beta test or program a launch of a certified repack program. I think it's a good move, and I'll explain why. And I guess the main reason is transparency, right? And I think overall, the more transparency we get into the hobby as hobby companies deal with consumers and collectors, the better. And if PSA is willing to be a third-party verification for repacks, I really don't see a huge downside to that. I know people think, well, it's conflict of interest if the cards are graded by PSA. I don't know. Right. I'm not saying that argument's not valid, but I still think it's a step in the right direction. And I think where a lot of the pushback has been on this is people that just generally aren't big fans of repacks, which I get too, right? It's not buying boxes, opening boxes isn't for everyone, doing breaks isn't for everyone. And I would probably say repacks fit into that too. But as far as the details go, so as in their certified repack program, I think the Jeff Wilson one's called Graded Grails. What you get with it, and this gets back to the transparency, is you get a complete checklist of every card. So if there's 200, 400, 600 boxes in the repack series, as a as a collector, you can go and look at every single card that's in them. Because I think where some people, again, will push back on repacks is to say, well, are there really good cards in these? Yeah, they talk about the couple of chase cards, but how rare are those? You know, am I going to get a $5 card? Where are you sure there is a $1,000 card, but are people getting mostly garbage? Well, this at least will give you complete insight. And then what they're also doing is that I think PSA is packing them. And because a lot of these boxes are serial numbered to the point where the owner of the repack or seller of it wouldn't know where the hits are. And I think that's a good thing too. Like a lot of breakers do repacks, and you could have a really crummy, unethical breaker that maybe wants to juice a certain break and knows that the big card is in box 72 and could slide that one into that opportunity, and no one would be the wiser maybe. But that's not a very ethical approach to doing it. And so I've heard the controversy, I've heard the pushback on this. I understand people's perspective, but and I'm sure it's not perfect. This is a test, right? It seems like, but overall, I think the more services that we could add that add transparency, the better. And then before I get your guys' thoughts, the other thing too is that, well, obviously, you know, anytime you split the pie by another company, that company has to make money. So PSA is not doing this for charity. And so they're going to take a cut, which will probably make the repacks a little bit more expensive. But for me, I think I would knowingly pay a little bit more for a repack box if it came with greater transparency. That's important to me, and I'm willing to pay for that. Some people may not, and that's fine too. And then you choose a different service, right?
Right. Yep.
But that's why this kind of spoke to me. I don't know. What do you guys think about this whole deal?
I think once the if you're in the EPAC community, if you're in the repack community, you're in a great mood right now. This is exactly what you want, right? I think more people are upset on how Jeff Wilson announced it. I think people are more upset maybe that PSA is involved, and you know, I have my opinions on that. But if it's going to go a certain way, this is the best way repacks could go. It's full transparency. That's what I think that repack community deserves and needs. So I think this is a great thing. And I don't have to buy it if I don't want to, so it's okay.
Right? Nobody's forcing your hand.
Yeah, it's good. I think if it was to go a certain way, it would be this full transparency. I don't like graded cards per se, so I hope someone does something like this for raw cards in the future. That'd be cool. Maybe they're setting the formula, the standard. You know, let's see where it goes. Let's see where it goes, and I think it's net positive by far.
Yep.
Have either of you ever bought a repack product at all?
Yes, I bought a Hit Parade box once, and I didn't know what it was, and I opened it, and there was one card in it, and I was very confused. That was my introduction to repacks. I didn't know what it was. Yeah.
No, I never have.
I think Morrison Trading Post does one, and I bought it, and it was fun. You know, it's different, right? It's sometimes I don't know if it's something I would do like every week, but
Well, if money's your jam, that's better odds to buy a repack than a box of cards, no?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
wouldn't it be better to spend $500 on a PSA certified repack program than a Black Diamond box? I'd probably do that.
I think you trade upside for higher downside.
I like it.
Or
Well
lower
said.
downside. How does that go? Whatever. You get it.
It makes sense. I'm picking up what you're putting down, buddy. Don't worry.
And I also like innovation, right? I like companies that try stuff. Who knows if this works out or if it'll have to be tweaked or amended. But
hey, we'll know quick if it works or not. If this program's still around in a year, we know it's working, right? Just like I hate grading. Well, a lot of people seem to really like grading because that machine is growing exponentially year by year. So we'll see. Well, if people vote with their
to say
wallet,
I hate grading is like the equivalent of saying I I hate chocolate ice cream. About the same amount of people that hate chocolate ice cream hate grading, right? I mean, it's like by far
Well,
most of Earth.
I think
likes
a lot
grading.
of people say one thing and do something else, right?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
people. Hey, the number one rule is that when it comes to marketing and products, is people vote with their wallet. No
Yeah.
matter what people say, um,
Money
that's
talks.
how they vote.
Yeah.
Anything to add, Louis?
No, I'm excited to see how it turns out, though. I think it's a good thing.
Mhm. Then another PSA related news: SGC lost Pete.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a
Oh,
big one.
I'm out.
I'm done. I got a few problems with a few people. I'm gonna mention them now.
I wanted to bring this up because I feel like I can actually, through my experience in life, can offer a little bit of context, maybe, because there's a lot of people that had strong reactions to it. I think Pete. One of the things he was very effective at is he helped personalize SGC, which is very important for a big company, and people really liked him. He was out there and kept would do company updates and just seems like a very likable guy, and so that was a benefit to the brand, and so people are upset that he's leaving, and then all sorts of speculation comes out as to why. And from my perspective and my life experience, this is like the most expected and logical solution. And because I've actually been through 2 mergers and acquisitions before,
Ooh, big
where
boy words.
companies have bought my company. And just to kind of explain quickly, like how these go down, is that if a company like PSA buys SGC, as part of that agreement, right? Well, first of all, everybody at SGC is getting paid. So when that sale went down, that was a very good day, very likely for Pete. Like probably the best day of his life financially. I'm serious. I mean, it's probably a windfall, as they call it, right? But as part of those, when those sales occur, the purchasing company, like in this case PSA, will have built into that agreement what are called key man agreements, because what they don't want is to buy a company where those people get really rich and then are like, I'm out, I'm on a boat, right? Because that would be not good, because you're buying a company not so that company doesn't go backwards, but so that you can grow it. And so you want to keep those people there and engaged for a time being. And key man agreements can be 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, 3 years, whatever, right? And they do that for continuity's perspective. They do it because a lot of the knowledge of the company, as much as every company wants documentation, lives in the brains of people, and they need to make sure that there's continuity and that we understand the processes and the key customer relationships and all those things. What happens though in almost every case is, and I don't know what ownership level Pete had in SGC, but it sounds like he was like the president, which is the day-to-day operations guy making a lot of the decisions. Is when you sell something to somebody else, they make changes because it's theirs now and it's not yours anymore. And you're now the employee. So what happens is PSA comes in and says, "Oh, Pete, you know that Christmas party that you do for every year where you spend $15,000? Ah, we don't want to do that. We're
We're
going to
doing a
give
Burger
everyone
King this year.
we're
Burger
going to
King.
give everyone a Taco Bell gift card this year."
Oh,
And oh, Pete, you know how you give away 3 weeks of vacation a year? We're going to do 2 weeks. And oh, Pete, you know how SGC had these 4 strategies? We're going to do some other stuff. And it's really, really hard to survive for any amount of time when you're Pete, because your baby, what you've poured your heart and soul into, is now from your perspective, the new guys and they're effing it all up and making all the decisions you wouldn't made and changing all the things that you thought was the right thing and got the company to where it was. And so in most cases, not every case, but in most cases, the guy in Pete's shoes does not last very long before they just can't handle it and they're out. Right. And so I'm surprised he made it this far. And it's very natural. It's what happens, like I said, in almost every case. And so I look at this situation as sort of the natural order of things. And this is kind of what happens when you have So I don't think anyone should be surprised or shocked, and don't feel sorry for Pete because he's rich. And the other thing that I want to maybe have people think about is, you may not like what's happening to SGC, and what I kind of find funny is that PSA, or the purchasing company, often becomes the target, and people forget that SGC was not forced to sell the PSA.
Yeah,
Right? If you're,
that's a big point. Yeah, they could have said no, thank you. They said
yeah,
yes.
they said yes. They wanted to sell. They all got
They
very,
said
very
yes.
rich, probably, and so, if you're going to be mad at the situation, I'd be equally as mad as SGC for basically cashing out and throwing in the towel and,
Mhm.
going on easy street and not fighting the good fight anymore, as you're mad at PSA for coming up and making changes to a brand that you love. As far as like what the new strategy of, like, Ryan Hoge went on a Net Neo guys
Mhm.
podcast and said that they're
I
going to
love Neo's
become
podcast. That's good.
that they're going to become like a boutique brand now. To me, that makes perfect sense too. I never understood this whole, like, well, we're going to have PSA grading company, which is a mass market grader, and we're going to have SGC, and we're going to let them compete against each other. Why would, because when you in a competition, somebody wins, somebody loses. Why would you want to own two companies and pit them essentially against each other? Right? So there is a, like, the brand hierarchy. It makes sense that they would start to say, well, SGC would take so much investment that we've already made into PSA to get it where it's at, that why do that again? Where maybe let's retract a little bit or retreat a little bit on the investment side and kind of create a boutique, right? Where, sure, most people, a lot of people buy clothes at Costco, but some people want to go to the Polo store too. And so if you're, whatever SGC becomes, like maybe that they're specialized in vintage or quick return of modern cards or something like that, let them focus and be really, really good at that, and let PSA be the mass grader. To me, that just makes a lot of sense. I'm not saying that everyone has to like it, but I don't see making sense from like a strategery perspective is trying to own two companies that compete against each other.
Mhm.
But what makes a grading company? If you have grading company A and grading company B, what makes the different? What is the primary difference? You just have different human beings grading. That's it, and packaging and price point. What other than
That's a brand.
free?
It's a brand. It's how you make you.
Yeah, but if the
It,
parent I get confused. I know what I'm just not pushing back, but asking, explain like I'm 5 years old questions. What's the
well,
difference? If Collectors Universe owns both grading companies, do they operate completely independently? Then I would have SGC as a boutique company. But then
no,
your entire premise of how Pete got kind of pushed out in a very smiley way makes me think that SGC is not operating independently. So why don't they just merge? Like, obviously, what makes SGC SGC? It's graders and it's slabs. But if PSA's putting their tentacles in, which they should, they're the owners, what's the difference? Like, if Bob calls in sick, that's a grader at SGC, but we're overstaffed at PSA, why doesn't just Jeff walk down the hall and go sit in Bob's chair at SGC? What's the difference?
it's a great question. The answer is brands, right? A great example or analogy would be clothing companies. Old Navy and Banana Republic are the same company, right? A t-shirt is made out of cotton and polyester.
Yeah.
Old Navy speaks to a certain clientele. Banana Republic it's all about how it makes you feel. So,
Okay.
and this whole hobby is all perceptive value, anyways. And so, if they're smart, they will brand SGC in a way to make a certain customer base feel happy about how they're grading their cards with SGC, and PSA people happy about that. And the reality is, just like, how the front end of Old Navy and Banana Republic are very different, the back end is pretty much the same, right? I'm guessing because of operational efficiencies that's how SGC will operate too, is that the SGC brand will speak to customer subset A, PSA customer subset B. The back end will be the shared processes.
Marketing and advertising is it's a slippery slope of integrity, eh? A little bit. It's
No, because it's how something makes you, because the value in most things in life is the feeling that owning it gives you. There's not like if you were an
okay.
economics um major in university or college as we'd call here, you would talk about the difference between like perceptive value and utility. Utility is like the measure of value and like what it actually does. Like a watch is a great example, right? A Timex and a Rolex both tell time pretty good.
Yeah.
So the utility is basically the same, but there's a gulf of difference in the perceptive value, and that's why people pay $10,000 for a Rolex versus a Timex. And some people say, "Well, the Rolex has crystals, and it's more accurate to one millisecond."
Hey,
of a-"
Rolex. I'm not a big watch guy, but they're pretty sexy.
No,
pieces
I
of
I
machinery, yeah.
listen. I like nice watch. I have a nice watch, right? So I like that stuff too. But you have to understand
Makes sense.
they
What you
both
just said
do
was
the
very
same
well
thing.
explained.
A
Yeah.
shirt is a shirt, right? And some people pay. This is a $10 T-shirt. Some people pay $400 for a T-shirt. What's the difference? The brand and how it makes
Oh,
you
it
feel.
makes you feel. Yeah. Yeah. Well said. Well explained.
Yeah. So yeah. So again, I think on this whole SGC thing, and if the strategy is what I've explained, it's not a bad thing. It's how the whole world works. It's how we buy and consume and enjoy every product that's in existence. And I'm not saying that this is exactly what they're doing, but this whole thing is very logical to me. And I don't think people should, again, you may love the way SGC was before, and where I'll go back to on that is I would actually put more of the blame on SGC than PSA because they threw in the towel and cashed out.
Yep.
Yeah. Pete's fine. He's having pina coladas.
Oh,
He
I'm
probably
sure
has a
way
great
more than fine.
He has a great sports card collection. He's probably got a babe for a wife. Like,
He's out golfing. He's
he's
good.
made whole. He's made whole. He's okay.
And if he isn't, then what it would have meant was that SGC was in real operational trouble, and they had to fire sell or somebody to rescue them, and they weren't doing a great job, managing the fiscal health of their business.
Yes, the fiscal health of their business. Was that Q1 or Q3, Joshua?
Well, if we look at the CAGR,
depending on the strength of the yen.
Mhm.
and for the record, I'm so happy I've left that world, and now I get to be an idiot and talk about hockey cards.
Yeah.
I am
I'd like to see you in it,
infinitely
Pete.
happier than. I do have some quotes that I wanted to run through. So here's some quotes from PSA's president Ryan Hoge. He said, "Both Peter and I agreed it did not make sense for us to duplicate the investment to have another mega scale card grading brand. SGC is awesome, but SGC is awesome at what they do, including vintage, including affordable, fast grading. And we want to keep that the ethos and the core of what the SGC brand is going forward. So that's what they want to be known for. That's how you want to feel that's what I'm getting from SGC as a customer. We've decided we want to right size it, shrink it a little bit, have it go back to the pre-insanity of COVID spike levels, maybe back to 2017, 2018, 19 levels of SGC, and position it more as kind of a boutique grading brand that's still there to serve customers for both modern and vintage." So here's where it gets a little, now when he says like that's where maybe Peter's out and he elected to be out. So I'm
What was
guessing
that
it's a
guy's name
little
again? Paul? No, Peter. Right.
yeah. I'm guessing it's a little bit less than maybe by we he meant PSA decided this is the way
HR got him to say that. Yeah.
yeah, I mean that's the way you're gonna position it. But so that very shocking to me, kind of expected, and we'll see how it shakes out. Anything you guys want to add to that?
You think he'll be at the National? Maybe he'll just go. No.
I would think he would lay low at this point, and
Yeah, good point.
yeah.
I got nothing.
No, it's good. Thank you. I thank you for demystifying a lot for me, and hopefully some good listeners as well. And very well explained, Josh. Very well.
Yeah, that's just my take. Who knows if that's 100% accurate?
Well, you
Okay.
presented good information for us to make our own takes.
You articulated your take very well.
Thanks. Well, let's continue our national preview by running a conversation we had the other day with Grant Paterson, of course, from GP Sports Cards. Grant will be at the National in force booth 857 through 859, I believe. He'll be
Representing the
talking-
hockey world.
Yes, represent. And he will have tickets to Hockey Trade Night on Friday night at his booth. So you got to stop by and maybe sell him your cards. We talked about a lot of things in this interview, from the national to just the hobby in general.
Did I come up? Did he talk about me?
I was just going to say, I think it's my favorite conversation with Grant, and I'm pretty sure it's because we didn't talk about it.
Oh, come on. I talk about Grant all the time. Grant, fine. I'm not
you're
calling
not
you handsome anymore.
You're not going, so there was
I
no
know.
reason to bring you up.
I don't know. I thought maybe he'd be sad and he would say, "Oh, I'm kind of sad Phil's not going." That's all right.
I'm sad you're not going.
I'm sad. Okay.
I'm sad.
Well, Grant looks really happy on the screen here. I'm proud of him. Good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, with that, we hope you enjoy this conversation with Grant Paterson. We're happy to welcome back to the show Grant Paterson from GP Sports Cards, who's got to be packing up soon to head to America in Chicago for the 2025 National. Hey, Grant, how's it going?
Good, Josh. Yourself?
Not too bad. Okay, so you're going to have a booth space at the National. It's hard to weasel in. It takes a number of years to kind of get a lot of demand there. But how many times now have you been set up at the National?
I've actually been set up since I started going. So 2019 was the first year I was somewhat set up. Like it was like one of those things where I had a buddy and I was just chilling by his booth. And then the COVID happened, but yeah, I was still semi set up that year. It's been like one of those things since I started setting up at Toronto, like 2017. It's every show I've been to. It's sort of like I've had like a home base and like somewhere to go.
Nice.
To either list the cards or sell behind the booth.
But I think that probably is due to the relationships that you've built in the hobby over the years and kind of how those can pay off in the long run. Yeah,
for sure. Just having connections and knowing somebody, whether it's like a show like the National, that's super hard to get into and set up at, knowing a friend or some company that is already setting up there and sort of working with them.
Yeah, I want to get kind of a sense just from your perspective. So let's say I opened up a card shop here in Minnesota and I was new to the hobby business. I didn't have ins with all the people at the National. How realistic or how long would it take me to be able to get even like an 8-foot table or something like that at the National?
So I believe the way they do it is like a random draw format. So the longer that you've been in that draw, the more entries you get, but you could still get lucky like on your first or second year event and get in. So yeah, I believe that is the way they do it. It's a raffle sort of style at the end of each show, and they take in the new vendors for the new year. But if you've been in it for like 5 years, you'll get 5 entries into sort of like that raffle.
And then once you have a table, are you in at that point until you opt out?
I believe so.
Okay.
I believe it's like a longevity thing where you get to renew your booth each year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, what are you? Sometimes your goals are different at shows, as you've explained that to us. You do a lot of buying, you do a lot of selling. What's your plan for the National? Are you trying to do a mix of both, or are you primarily buying?
Yeah, the National is actually one show. Like Toronto and the National are, I would say, the two shows that we really go all out and bring our singles for. So this will be like a good mix. Obviously, every show, the way I always like look at every show as a vendor is sort of have to buy your way into making the show worthwhile. I'm always searching for like a cool piece for the collection, but at the end of the day, like have to spend enough for the repacks and the inventory to make the show really worthwhile for the trip. But this is one of the shows that, yeah, we bring out like all the arsenal for the inventory and really try to bring a wide range of hockey cards, because there's not a ton, of course, at the National. The percentage of hockey in comparison to other sports is a big outweighing factor. So this is one of the shows that will bring a ton of stuff to move and sell.
Are you surprised what people have brought to you over the years to sell you or to show you that, coming from America? Or is it kind of like everyone says, hockey cards are not super great south of the border here? No,
it's been good. Like it's right on par with Toronto. Like the thing about the Chicago show is being one of like the only all hockey vendors. We get a ton of walk-ups. So there's so many amazing cards and a lot of collections in the US. So fortunate enough when we set up there that we do see a lot of cool stuff come by the booth. I've actually found like every year going to Chicago, I found like 1 or 2 Grail pieces on the show floor. Like that's what, like my first year going in 2019, I found an Ovechkin Eagle Head Monumental. That was like unbelievable. Like there's always, I find a few pieces like that scattered around the show floor. And like you might have a guy who has all basketball and then he just has one like crazy hockey card or one section of his booth with one table worth of like awesome hockey stuff. And sometimes like, you know, there can be really good deals because they just don't care about it like the other sports. So there's definitely opportunity there. I remember one show, like there was a Quinn Hughes Future Watch Auto Black for like $300. Like,
wow.
Like some guys just, you know, they don't care for their hockey. So yeah.
They don't really understand it. Like I would be with Panini basketball parallels, right? Maybe could appreciate them, but have no context or understanding as to what they are. And maybe it'll be a little bit like you spoke about after Fanatics Fest, where, yeah, there's less hockey collectors, of course, than at the expo, but because there's not going to be nearly as many tables, which means less competition. And if you're bringing the heat, I would assume it can still be a very productive show for you.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, I think like, and I'm sure it's going to gain traction with Chicago, Bedard, and all the market right now with hockey doing super well. Like, I think there's going to be a ton more hockey collectors there, and that's where I think we might actually have more hockey collectors there than what should be on the floor for hockey at the show. Like, so it'll be interesting to see. Like, I'm hoping hockey grows and we start to see more and more hockey vendors at the National, because I definitely think there's going to be an increase in the popular demand for it walking through the show floor.
Mm-hmm. Just overall, like, how would you describe, you know, you get, I think, a good vantage point into the hobby, given that you're breaking all the time and you see how fast and the interest in breaks. You went gone to Fanatics Fest, you do other shows, you have your own shop as well. And so you're kind of seeing the hobby from multiple different angles. How would you describe the interest in hockey right now over the off season and during the summer?
It's been like surprising. I found like an uptick in it. Even when we're in the off season, you'd think stuff would start to go down. But I've seen the demand and the popularity, especially from, you know, we're trickling into some of the other sports, like collector base is sort of giving us some eyeballs, and we've seen traction on players in the off season that is unlike any other that I've seen. Like Matthew Nyes right now, his stock is double like during the off season. And we've seen really strong sales on some great cards for hockey recently. So it's definitely been picking it up, and I think there's an uptick right now for hockey.
Could one of the factors be that the Cup came out in June? And do you like the Cup coming out in the summer?
Typically not, but I think so. Like, I think it definitely helped this year. I think also Upper Deck absolutely crushed it this year with the Cup, and I think it got so many new eyeballs onto it. I think the slabs was a great idea that got a lot of exposure, and then of course you have like a generational name like Bedard for marketing and hype wise. So you got a lot of guys looking at hockey right now. This is sort of like a Wembanyama year for basketball, and then everyone's looking over and they're like, wow, hockey is still a fraction of the price. We're talking about the Cup, the premium product, being at the price point versus like an NT box that's $10,000 for them to open. So they can open a full case of our best product for one box of like football or basketball.
You know, I haven't done a deep analysis, but just anecdotally, I feel like not a lot of people, if anyone, are cracking those RPA slabs. Where I think when the announcement came out, there was a huge sentiment like, oh, I'm cracking that right away.
Yeah, I'll take a little blame on that. I thought that would be the best route for one of my customers when I was going down to Fanatics Fest. I was like, look, we can be the first graded copy, 10 autograph. It came back an 8 grade, which is a solid grade. Like if you look at
for a Cup card, sure.
Yeah, if you look at the majority of those Cup RPAs, they're going to grade like an 8, 7, anywhere from 7 to a 9 on average. So I was like, we're going to be the first graded copy. And then we sent it off to Slab Sharks, and it actually underperformed all the other like normal original slab ones. And I was super shocked by that because I thought it would be most people are cracking it to then submit it to the grading companies. But I guess the popular demand is just to leave it how it is. And unless I guess you get like a 10 or a 9. But even a 9, I don't even know if it would help it. Like it's already in that like packaging sort of thing, authenticity. I don't know how much it should increase the value. I thought it'd give it a little bit of a bump, but not what we saw from the first auction on it.
Well, there's a lot of other factors too. I mean, it's hard to, one auction does not a trend make.
Yeah.
Right. You know, so much can happen in any one given circumstance. And one of the things too that I've thought about is there's so many big Bedard cards out on the market right now. And obviously there's a huge demand for the kids' cards. That goes without saying. But it's like, how many people have 10, 15, 20, $30,000 to, and that can factor in too, right? A 1-on-1 sells for 50 grand in a week, and then the next week another one goes up for auction. Well, maybe one of the big potential buyers just blew 50 grand on one, and it's like, well, I'll sit this next one out. I mean, the pool, I don't think there's like a million people buying for those top level cards.
For sure. I know I've spoken to like a few high-end clients, and that's actually what they're looking for is the Bedard True out of 99. I know one guy who has, I think, nearly 20 of them already. He's like assembling as many as he can get. So that is one card that you'll see a shortage in because one collector is going for a ton of them. He believes in them. But yeah, like that specific card is crazy. I've been talking to a few guys who have been looking and trying to track one down, and that's why I think the market's so strong on them still. And if you're wanting to invest in Bedard, like look at the comparison to what McDavid True goes for. Like there is upside there, a ton of upside being the game used patch. So it'll be interesting to see where that card goes. And depending on how Bedard plays, I think there's upside if you do want to invest in him in that card.
If you had to guess, what percentage of the 99 have been pulled already?
Oh, a lot. Like I mean, I don't want to say it without killing the product, but I think it was super heavy front loaded. Like I've seen, if you look on the checklist and look at like the grail cards for the product, we've seen both the Bedard shields, we've seen the monumentals, we've seen the dual shields come out. I think out of like the grail cards and the 99 RPAs, I would say probably like 60%, maybe 65. But in terms of like the grail one of ones and the big chase cards, I would say like 85% of them have been pulled.
Well, that could just be consistent with how much product is left too. Maybe I know Upper Deck doesn't tell anyone that, but do you get a sense, is it hard to get restocks on the cup? And like, where you feel like this might be, there might not be warehouses of this stuff left?
Yeah, it most definitely, because our price, like what we're paying for it now is astronomical. Like we've started to look at like other years of cup because it's so expensive. You can almost go into a Matthews year if you can find it for the same price. So
wow.
It's already gone up so much. Like we've limited it to ours. Like we can only really do like 2 cases a week, and our margin, like we haven't changed our pricing, but like our margins are almost nothing anymore. It's just to like sort of break it and sort of have the product. But yeah, there's definitely not a ton of it because our Canadian distributor, we could never get 3-box cases. And now we're only able to get 3-box cases, which is originally a US only format of the product. So Canadian distributors have resorted to, I guess, what the US guys used to use.
So the 6-box case, would that be like the master case? Is that what they call that? Or okay.
Yes, yeah. And then they have the 3-box, which were always exclusive to the US, and now we're getting it. And it's been good to us. So we've ripped, I think 9 or 10 cases of the 3 boxes, and we put them together into one like 6-boxer for a break format. Every single one we've done has had a Connor McDavid and a Connor Bedard in it. Both halves. It's been insane. And then we pulled the monumental of McDavid last night, and it's like, wow. Like every case has had a Connor in it. It's unbelievable. So that's
and for people that don't know, the monumental patches for veterans are 1-on-1s, right?
Yeah. So yeah, that was the 1-of-1 McDavid. Like that, and that's like another product hit. It's just like you go down the checklist, there's like the Beret Shield I know is still left. I would love to see that one surface. But a lot of the big ones have been hit already.
Mm-hmm. So. Were you happy with O-Pee-Chee Platinum this year?
Yeah, it was surprising. So funny story on O-Pee-Chee Platinum. I made like a big deal of it to my distributors because like we got killed on some products over the last year and a half, just like dead products that don't move.
EX 2000.
Yeah.
Okay.
If anyone needs EX 2000, 70% off sale. um, but yeah, there's a ton of products throughout the like last year and a half. So I've been a little bit more cautious with some of the products for 24-25 on like my ordering and overhead. And I was trying to like reduce on O-Pee-Chee Platinum. And then the first week we completely sold out and I went to reorder and it went up in price. I'm like, wow, that's impressive. And it was a stellar release. Same thing with Credentials. I thought the same exact thing. I'm already on reorder. It's second week of Credentials. Like I absolutely love Credentials this year. They crushed it. Like the average name on the checklist for autographs that we're getting is super solid. Like we're talking, second line, first liners as your average auto in the case. And every case has had a pretty good case hit and stellar designs this year. So I've been impressed with the mid to lower end products that have released so far from Upper Deck for 24-25. It's good to see.
I guess a point I've tried to make on our show quite a bit, because as we follow every new product, one of the things I picked up on in the last couple of years is I believe it's a major bonus when a product comes out and typically the rookie checklist has either 50 names on it or 100. So like O-Pee-Chee Platinum, given it's a popular set and they print a lot of it, has 100, but Credentials was one of those with 50. And I think why that's so important is, listen, when there's 100 rookies, the bottom 50 names are not going to be that exciting to most people. So you're just eliminating all those kind of rookie hits that people don't love. And I think you get better concentration of good cards in a set like Credentials and there's not a lot of them. I would say it's maybe 5 or 6 sets that come out a year that have that more limited rookie checklist.
Yeah, and they I know they from Upper Deck standpoint they have to get the filler in there, and they put in like sort of like a fan of the game autograph, the announcers and the singer artists, which are honestly really cool. Like there's a ton of people that get excited about that. Like it's not obviously you don't want to hit one, but if you do hit one, there's some cool names in there, and it's something different. Like you don't see that every year, so I wasn't throwing too much shade at that. Like it was pretty cool, I thought. So.
One more new release question, then we'll get back to the national. But right after the show, we're going to have PWHL, which is super confusing because the first release was 2024 PWHL and the second release is 2024 PWHL. And technically it's first edition, but a lot of websites have it listed as 2025 PWHL. So I've been trying to sort through that for our checklist site with Upper Deck myself. It's like, they're both the same name. But anyways, so the second PWHL product is coming out. Do you have any way to gauge how it's going to do compared to the first one?
It's so hard to tell. The first one was unbelievable. Like the demand for it. We knew like it was super short printed when we were at the like Upper Deck conference. They told us how hard it was. And allocations on it too was super, super small. Did I ever think it would be the demand that it is? No, like it was unbelievable. I'm assuming they printed more for the new edition of it. So I don't think it'll be as crazy, but I still think like in terms of a shop, which is what you want, like we don't want the market to go up to $500 a box. Like I would rather have it be at 150 and consistently sell it in the store and be able to get enough, especially for a flagship product. So we'll see. It's going to be a fine balance. I think it'll probably go up just because of the demand being so high. But we'll see. They absolutely crushed it on the first release. I mean, you got two numbered cards per box in a flagship is crazy.
Well, you got a Outburst Young Guns parallel in every box, which is nuts to think about. And last question on this. Have you been surprised how high, especially the 101 gold outbursts, have been selling
for PWHL?
Yeah,
like it's crazy. I mean, but they are the biggest names in the whole league.
The most legendary kind of names in that first, and it's the first set, so that does kind of make sense.
for those type of cards, I always look at it differently. Like in terms of a super collector or a fan, like it only takes one person that really wants the best card of that player, and they're the star of the league. So sort of justified for some of those bigger names. Some of the even smaller names are still getting $5,000, $6,000, which that's crazy. But hey, like if you're a super fan of them, that's the holy grail for that league and that card. They only have one set, so I sort of get it.
Yeah, it's awesome. So it sounds like a kind of a trickier part of your job, especially on the breaking end, is knowing where to place your bets as far as months in advance when these products get announced. And like I see on the distributor websites, it was something like, I want to say on one of the distributors, like this PWHL that comes out on August 6th, like the orders they said were due in like February.
Yeah.
Right. And so you're having to kind of try to do, I guess, the best calculus that you can to figure out how, and then you sort of know within a couple days, like, on both
Well,
ends, right?
there's two sides of that. I mean, and this is the blatant truth, unfortunately, but if the product is too good, you won't get that number. And if it is shit, you will get that number. Prime example would be EX 2000 for me. I ordered an ungodly amount, and if the product's not going to be good, typically you'll get that allocation. If something like PWHL, that's like super allocated the first year, like I think every shop got less than like a case or 2 cases. So if it is going to be really, really good, 9 times out of 10, it is going to be super hard and allocated to get from a shop perspective. You're sort of picking your battles on releases like O-Pee-Chee Platinum and Credentials. You're thinking if that's going to be a good release, or specialty releases. Like there's always the odd one. Like I know first year, like example, you go into like a different sport, but like F1, no one wanted F1 the first year, and then it went crazy.
You could be on a yacht right now if you would have bought it all
like
2021 or whatever.
Like $100 for first year Topps Chrome F1. That goes for like, I don't even know how much now. So it was, and you could order 10 cases back then. So those are the type of ones that you sort of try to research, and the oddball ones from Upper Deck standpoint, it's sort of like, you know what you're getting into most of the times, and heavily allocation for some of the big releases like that.
When you're having to place these orders months in advance, are you looking at like the sell sheets and the designs and trying to use your own judgment to say, do I think people are going to like this? Is it going to resonate with people? Do I believe some of these new inserts have a chance to pick, or do you more base it off of the historical performance of that product for you?
It's a balance between both. Like you really don't know how the execution of every product. Like I've done that before and I've studied it and the contents, but you don't know how it's going to take off. Like again, my prime example, I will always go back to it because the amount of money I lost on it. But EX 2000, like I had that at my number 1 product of the year, and then it came out and everyone was just like, "What is going on?" And that was a $275 cost box. So like at a certain point, like sometimes you think like, hey, if this is going to be this expensive, you're expecting an expectation out of the box. And then sometimes it's completely opposite. Like I thought Credentials this year was going to be an absolute flop, and it was so stellar. You don't get the exact names in the checklist for when we order. That's how far in advance is. So you might know the configuration, but you're not going to know how juiced up Upper Deck made the contents of it. And I think that was sort of like the thing about 23, 24, I do think they increased a ton of production runs. So like some of the products that are typically stellar products now had huge checklists. And I think the reason why we're seeing super, super good products for 24, 25 is the pre-order amounts and the production level went down tremendously. So Upper Deck's able to put more quality into the products. So that's what I wanted. Like the ideal years, like my favorite year of all time was 14, 15. And that was like the lowest produced year, but the contents of those boxes are unbelievable in early year 2 as well. So we're sort of seeing that right now where 24, 25, definitely production levels went down and we're seeing better content and stellar names. So
I haven't asked them this directly, but I'm sure you've noticed this too. One of the things I've really noticed is you're right. It seems like the production runs are smaller. They're also paring back on their sets. And I think some smart ways. They're not like some sets, you go back a couple years ago, every set had memorabilia cards, every set had auto cards, And instead of getting some jersey card and a lure or something like that nobody really wants or cares about, if we're just being honest, right? They're taking those out, so there's no memorabilia in Allure anymore. And why I think that's good is because you know how these work is that they get a budget to build the set, and so if you're not spending money on memorabilia cards, maybe you can try some new kind of potentially big hit inserts or something like that, and kind of focus your energy there. And to me, I think that's been a positive. I think the other thing, Grant, it does is if every set has the same basic configuration to it, then it just seems like very homogenized, the whole hobby, right? And so I maybe this isn't helpful, and you can comment as a breaker, but I don't mind. You know, like we've talked a lot about. You know, if I open a box of Allure, I would rather get a doubloon than an auto. Right. And does every set have to have the same basic structure? Can we have products that are known for almost like with game used and like the mega patches or something like that, where you start to really build up? So even you as a breaker can, when a product comes out, you can really kind of sell, okay, these are the big cards, right? This is why you buy this product sort of thing. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah. I mean, like, from that perspective, the problem is, like, from what I always like looking at the comments and that sort of thing, feedback wise, like it seems like once you hit a price point, everyone's like, oh, like they're gung ho on, I need an autograph, or I need a patch card. I would say like the way to transition that is make that case hit or that insert. Like no one's going to open up a Don Russ optic box, pull it downtown, not get an auto and complain. They're gonna be like, I pulled it downtown. That's so you
need that huge hit. Right, that big chase.
Yeah, for them to replace it. And I've always been like one to be like, we should have like a product that's super, super cheap and affordable. Example, be a player. I wish they would bring that back. Give us an autograph product like that is super cheap and affordable for new people to get into the hobby, and make it dirt cheap. But like I remember as a kid, like I could go and buy a $5-10 pack and get a guaranteed autograph. Did I care about the player? No. But was I a kid that was freaking out that I got an autograph card? Yes. Like look at the lowest entry point to get a base autograph for a kid nowadays, and he has to spend $120, $130 just to get a chance at it. So
I was gonna say Parker's Champions is kind of that, but it's like one auto every 3 boxes, so you're not getting that guaranteed auto. But that does have the advantage; those are hard signed though, and then the patches are game used when it's not rookies. But yeah. I don't know. Interesting stuff. So, well, thank you for that, because I was curious about. It does feel like the hobby's been strong over the summer, and you know, I don't know if you remember like this whole like a definitive sort of off-season dip, as they call it, where things kind of get really slow. But at least for us, it seems like things are just kind of keep motoring along.
Yeah, it's been a good off season for sure. There's also been like. Again, we're going into a year with Bedard, so I think the Cup really helped us out this offseason to sort of keep the hockey community and hobby like running full steam. But it's been really good. I'm excited to see for Chicago how much hockey there is, and hopefully a ton of hockey collectors come up to the show.
Good segue, because we got to get back to the National. Big news for you guys is you are an official sponsor, I think, with Upper Deck, and helping to run the official hockey trade night which is Friday night from 6 to 11. It's at the venue. And from what I understand, to get tickets, you have to go to your booth, which is booth 857 through 859. And you'll be able to give tickets are they free? Do people have to pay for them? What are the details?
Yes, no, they are free. This is sort of like, so the way the hockey trade night's sort of working, this is in partnership with the National. There's official trade nights. There's a trade night every single night, but we sort of got a designated section on trade night number 2, which is on Friday. So it's the same venue of the show. It's a huge venue. And then we're going to have a section of the room for hockey. So our booth will be handing out tickets for that trade night. I believe there's going to be a huge line. So sort of what the tickets do is guarantee you that you're getting in. And not 100% sure, but I think it's like a different line, so you don't have to stand in a huge line. The tickets that we're given, I believe we're only given 150, so it is like sort of first come first serve basis. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be right at the venue. It's right up the escalator. You don't have to travel for the trade night, and I'm excited. I'm hoping there's going to be a ton of hockey collectors there.
Yeah, me too. And I actually think it's important that our little part of the hobby shows up, because we need to kind of show them something, right? Show the national people that the hockey community is strong. It's strong in the US and deserves more and more attention at the national. And a great way to do that would be for them to observe a very packed house.
Exactly, 100%. That's one thing I've tried to stress is going to these shows and wanting to travel to more shows. So we have to build that foundation of hockey collectors being set up at the show, trade nights, and we'll start to see it grow. And they'll start to give us some more tables and hopefully more trade nights and all that fun stuff. But the big thing is sort of breaking that barrier and sort of like creating that hockey community at these shows in the U.S. because there's definitely been a lackluster, showing from hockey on that side on some of these bigger shows.
So in addition to like connecting with other collectors and trading some cards with some people, there's going to be some giveaways, right?
Yes, yeah. So we got some cool prizes from Upper Deck that will be given away, and then we'll also be on the stage breaking, which some of those cards will be given away as well. There's definitely some great prizes, and no door prizes or anything like that we did in Toronto, because there's going to be like thousands of people at this trade night. It's going to be awesome. Yeah, there's definitely going to be some fun stuff.
Nice. And how does your normal breaking schedule work around the national? Like, obviously you won't be doing your Friday night YouTube breaks, or will you? Are you going to do them after?
No, if it's like Toronto Expo or even like a Montreal show, we'll just bring the product. But obviously going over the border, like headache.
Yeah. Weird time for that.
Exactly. Like I'm not taking any chances. So I think we're actually going to take the whole week off. But we're going to release a huge break. Like I think the biggest break we've ever done is what I'm trying to work on right now for the national, and sort of be like a return from the national crazy mega mixer with a whole bunch of like pickups that we had throughout the show and some rare products that we find along the way. There's always fun stuff from a sealed perspective, especially being in the US. Like some of these shops that, again, they don't care about those products. They might have older products that we never see on market anymore. So that's always fun.
Sweet. Yeah. Well, it'll let you focus, right? When you don't, then you're not rushing out of your trade night or anything like that. Now, when you were at Fanatics, you snuck away to go buy some cards. Are there any covert plans that are taking shape right now for you to be driving around the area looking at collections?
Yeah. So right now we got, we're leaving Monday. So we're pretty much taking the full week. So we're leaving a couple of days early for the show. Getting down there on Monday. We're stopping in Detroit along the way, and then we got something set up for Tuesday as well in Chicago, and we're going to be there all Tuesday as well. So anyone who's listening, if you got a collection or some cards pre-show that you're looking to move, I'm going to be putting out like a location that we're at, and we're going to be doing some deals on the day before the show, just like we did in Toronto.
How would you describe to people like what you're looking for? So like, ideally to not waste somebody's time, if they're bringing 92 Upper Deck to your booth, you're going to probably politely say sorry. But maybe for people that are going to be traveling to Chicago and looking to move some stuff, what stuff should they be bringing to you?
Yes, the best bet to, like, if you're ever looking to sell to us, is reach out via email. We run a big Facebook group, so we have a ton of like messages about like issues going on at the group. So our Facebook messages are flooded most of the time. But best way to reach out to us is email, and we'll typically just ask for a few pictures for what we're looking for. Like we do a wide range, anywhere from like mid to higher end, especially at the national. Traveling back, we wouldn't be looking for like low end. It would just be too much of an issue shipping that and traveling back with that. But really anything like above like a $50 value all the way up to the thousands in the Grail cards is what we look for. Like if you've seen our content on some of our collection pickup videos on YouTube, that's just sort of like the highlights. Like every collection has a wide range of, you know, mid end all the way up. What we mostly show is the higher end or the mid end, but we do a wide range of everything. My personal favorite, you know, we talk like legends and 101s, unique stuff. That's where I get excited for like a collector standpoint, but we really do it all.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything that you're excited to do in Chicago? Are you like a deep dish pizza guy, or any sightseeing you planning on doing?
I believe we're going to be going to a Cubs game, and we did last year. Not last year, when it was in Chicago, the last time for the National, we tried that famous deep dish pizza. I was like, oh my, this is insane, and everyone's like, it's average. I'm like, better than what we got in Canada.
You can eat like one piece and you're done.
Yeah,
because it's so dense and thick. I took my son, and he insisted we get a large, and we literally had a piece each, and wasted most of the pizza, but that's okay. Well, have a safe trip. We'll see you there. Good luck. Yeah. Hopefully somebody brings amazing Grail cards to you to purchase. And again, you know, we got to show up as a hockey hobby. We got to, because we talked about like the autograph signees being less than ideal, that there's not enough attention being paid to hockey, but that's not their problem. That's our problem. And so I think one of the things that we can do is pack that trade night and show the National. So again, go to Grant's booth, the GP Sports or Total Sports booth at 857 through 859. There's only 150 tickets or so. So you want to get yours early.
An easy way to find our booth would be we're right across from Panini and Diacarlo. So they'll have like gigantic,
nice.
They'll have gigantic booths. So we're right across from them.
All right, man. Sounds good. Well, we'll see you in Chicago. Have a safe trip.
Awesome. Thanks, Josh.
Thank you again to Grant for taking the time to join the show. And again, be sure to stop by booth 857 through 879. Buy, sell, pick up tickets for trade night. Blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I don't think you want to come clean and say you didn't listen to it, Phil?
I did not listen to that interview. I'm sorry. I don't have anything to say. I was trying to get away with it. Thanks for calling me out there, jerko.
Hey, buddy. I didn't hear it all either.
Oh, okay.
Well, now we have another thing to listen to on the way to the National.
Like, I want to listen to you guys getting excited about something I can't do. Get out of here. Go on. Of course, obviously.
Phil, puppy dog.
Yeah, I'm so excited to go to the thing. Whatever.
Okay. New product releases. It's brought to you by Gongshow friend and partner Mint Ink. Home of Rip Party 2 coming this November at this Fall Sport Card Expo. Mint Ink is the hobby home for Canada. Their Vaughan store and event center is fresh and modern. It's a quote from Phil. You can get the latest hockey releases, tons of singles, grading services, drop off your cards for consignment. There's tons of memorabilia. Louis, there's Legos at Mint Ink.
Love it.
Louis, your Lego will be there.
Good.
Louis in a canoe, in a Lego canoe.
Just don't step on one.
God.
If you're not in Toronto, do not worry. You can have the Mint Ink experience shipped right to your door anywhere in Canada via mintink.ca. And if you run into the Johnny at the National, stop and say hi. He's going to be sponsoring Friday Trade Night as well. I don't know if it's the same one as Grant. Nobody's clarified that for me. So
that's a bit different. Well, maybe stay out of that one.
roll with it.
And then,
so for us at the National, will be able to partake in Upper Deck's 2025 National Sport Collectors Convention Wrapper Redemption Program, where just like at the Expo, if you go to certified diamond dealers, they usually have like gold balloons, and you buy any of the following boxes or cases: 24-25 Extended Series, 24-25 Ice, 24-25 Parker's Champions, boys, 20-25 Goodwin's Champions, 24-25 O-Pee-Chee Platinum, and 24-25 Metal Universe. For every hobby box you buy, you'll get a wrapper redemption for one National pack. If you buy a case, you'll get 10 packs plus a random auto. And the checklist is out. The previews are out of what you can get in said packs, and we will cover those now. Excited, Phil?
Yeah, I'm jacked up. Let's go.
Yeah. This doesn't pertain to Phil. He's not going to get it. Okay, so
Yeah.
I broke it down the checklist, but basically 2 ways: by base and inserts, and then autographs. It's a little confusing and stuff like this, like what's actually a base or an insert. So I put them together. Now, the first one is National Worthy, which has 10 players on the checklist. These are issued, I think, like you get at least one a pack, or maybe this would be more like the base type card. There's also a red parallel out of 25. Now we have one PWHL player, that's Sarah Fillier. It seems like that she's the big star in the second PWHL release with the same name, which we'll get to at a later date.
Yeah.
The 5 NHL veterans on the checklist are McDavid, Ray Bourque, Matty Tkachuk, Carey Price, and Anze Kopitar. Then there's a soccer player, a volleyball player, an AEW wrestler, and a golfer. Because they do kind of mixed athletes in these rapper redemption programs. Next one is Prominent Cuts VIP. Now, these look like they're a bit tougher to hit. They're randomly inserted into packs. There's, 5 players on the checklist, or 5 athletes. Michael Jordan, which we're looking into right now. He's I think, Upper Deck exclusive athlete. Then Wayne Gretzky, Taylor Heisey from PWHL, Tiger Woods, and then Kerry Walsh Jennings, who's a volleyball player, I believe.
Volleyball.
Yeah.
Beach volleyball.
Beach volleyball.
Excellent.
Then there is a set for NHL rookies called Top Shelf NHL Rookies, which are all NHLers, hence the name. These are, I think, maybe one per pack. The checklist includes, so here's the rookies. You got Macklin Celebrini, who we're looking at. Shimmy Shakes, Lane Hudson, Matt Vymichkov, Will Smith, Logan Stankoven, Cutter Gauthier, Connor Geeky, Jonathan. Boy, that's the hard one.
That was the
fumbled
easy part.
the easy name. Lekeriamaki.
Lekeriamaki.
Rucker McGroarty. That's a hard name to say too.
Rutger.
Well, McGroarty is kind of.
McGroarty.
And then
Rutger
Frank.
McGroarty.
I think I want to say Nazar, but I think it's Nazar. I think I've heard enough people pronounce it. So, yeah, we've been doing this 3 years, and look how I just did. How are you doing?
Great.
I think these look pretty nice, though, for a promo pack card.
Yeah, top shelf.
Top shelf. Cookie Sniper. Hey, Jay.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, Shine. And then lastly, but not leastly, there's Pride of Chicago. No pictures on this one. What?
I want a Chicago pizza. That's what I'm really upset about. Not you schlubs. Just wanted to
We
put
mail
some
it.
good pie in my mouth. Yeah.
2 weeks later, it comes to Canada, and you get here's the thing. We could mail you a deep dish pizza from Chicago. It would take 3 weeks, and then you would get it like a tax bill for $70 when I was delivered.
And food poisoning while we're at it.
Yeah, there you go.
I would absolutely microwave that and probably take a bite. I wouldn't be able to stop myself.
So Pride of Chicago has no pictures. Obviously, it's Upper Deck playing homage to the National home city. And these are randomly inserted into packs, and there's 5 players on the checklist. It's Bedard, Chris Chelios, Corey Crawford, Jeremy Roenick, and Patrick Kane.
JR.
Sure. Then there's some autographs you can get to. Now, National Worthy, the autograph parallel has 6 players on the checklist. Anze Kopitar out of 90. Connor McDavid, which we're showing on the screen, out of 10.
Why are there American stars on Connor McDavid's National Worthy card? Or maybe they're not stars, they're asterisks. It's got an American vibe to it.
It does.
You can't take Connor. You can take Bieber, but you can't take Connor.
Oh, yeah. I don't want to talk about Bieber again, Louis.
No. Bieber's yours.
Carey Price is out of 40. Then MJF, who I had to look up, it's an AEW wrestler. His card's out of 50. Misty May Trainer, another volleyball player, out of 55. And Sarah Fillier, again, out of 55.
Nice.
What's kind of interesting is that, I don't know if they've done this before, but so when you open up your pack, you can get what's called like an instant redemption card. And so they have emerald and gold parallels. And so we're showing like these are the emerald are out of 3 and the gold is 1 of 1. So I think you pull it, you bring it back to the Upper Deck booth, and then they give you the parallel. I'm not sure why they just didn't include it in the pack in the first place. Maybe they weren't produced in time. I don't know.
I'm sure we'll get a full report from both of you. Don't worry.
We'll let you know, bud.
Mm-hmm. Looking forward to it.
VIP autos are serial numbered out of 15. There's 5 players on the checklist. De'Aaron Fox, who's a basketball player. Kerry Walsh Jennings, again, volleyball. Patrick Wah! Taylor Heisey, and then Wayne Gretzky. Now, these are the big ones, right? This is what everyone wants. There's 2 VIP-worthy dual auto cards. Both are out of 5, so there'll be 10 total. The biggie is Connie McDavid and Wayne Gretzky.
Oh, listen, I have to correct. I get it. It's not national as in like national patriotism, national as in the card show, the national.
Which is in America. So that's probably why.
Yeah. No. Maybe we could edit what I said out earlier. I get it now.
We'll probably clip it and amplify it.
Yeah.
So, and then the other one is a PWHL, Taylor Heisey and Sarah Fillier. So now a card like this will typically, even though it is sticker autos, will go, you see these for like $1,200-$1,500. I mean,
yeah, that'll be popular.
Someone dating Sarah Fillier from Upper Deck? What's going on?
And then lastly, there is an auto parallel for the Pride of Chicago set, serial numbered out of 10. Again, no images. And then the checklist is Bobby Hull. That's the one little bit different. Bedsy, Corey Crawford, Roenick, and Petty King. So that's your 2025 Upper Deck Rapper Redemption Program for the National. Overall, pretty run of the mill.
It's cool. It's something fun to do.
Yeah, exactly what Louis said. It's something fun to do. Keeps you an added little thing to add to your agenda when you're there. It's fun. It's silly. You know, it's good.
Do these motivate you? Well, like let's say it's friends night at the expo, or Louis, we're going to be probably looking for some boxes to rip on the pontoon boat at the lake next weekend or this upcoming weekend. And do the enticement of getting one of these packs like motivate your decision as to which box to buy at all?
No.
It used to me, but now I don't think it does. What do you think, Phil?
I don't think it adds anything to it. No, I think it's just a bonus.
Sure.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a focus. You know how adults wait after hockey games to get autographs and sell them and blah blah. I don't think that would be enough of a reason for someone to go do the parking and all that just to get the promos.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, it's mailbag time. A lot of questions, Bill. You ready, buddy?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Bill, I think I called you Bill.
Ready?
Bill.
Let's go, Bill.
Let's go,
Bill.
Bill. All right, here we go. Mailbag. First question. My favorite. Discord. Bill Brasky. Son of a bitch. Other than Chelios thanking Phil for not asking him something in Greek, do you guys have any other funny or interesting interactions with NHL players or any other celebrities? Louis.
No.
Oh, Josh.
That was another Baba Louie Hobby hot take.
For a long time, I was a caddy growing up.
Oh,
I went to college.
It's a lot of walking.
Again. Yeah, I did it in the Ohio, Michigan areas. I actually caddied for Steve Yzerman when I was a kid.
Well, that's cool. Did you meet him?
Yeah, I carried his bag for 4 hours.
Jesus.
I don't know. Maybe he didn't talk to you. I don't know.
You weren't allowed to talk to him. No, he's a very nice guy. Very,
Don't
very,
you
very
talk
nice.
to Steve.
I also caddied for Barkley. He was grumpy that day.
Charles?
Yeah.
He looks like a grumpy man, but happy.
And then I caddied for Jamie Farr. You know who that is?
No.
Corporal Klinger from MASH.
No, I wasn't a MASH person.
So he's
Never
like a Toledo guy, and there's an LPGA golf tournament there called the Jamie Farr Toledo Classic, and one of the pro-ams I caddied for him there. I caddied for Terry Porter, who was an NBA player. You pretend to not know basketball. So
Sean Kemp, Seattle Supersonics. Yeah.
No, I did caddy for one of his 190 children, though.
Okay. Yeah.
You know that about him, right? Like if you want an interesting story, look how.
Yeah, he's the Mike Modano of the NBA.
Really? Mike Modano?
Yeah, Mike Modano had quite the rep back in the day. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Girlfriend in every city.
Then some LPGA players, too. So, yeah, that's my brush with fame.
All right.
Then Natalie Goulas.
Who's Natalie Goulas?
You didn't Okay. I was just asking if you caddied.
I don't know who
Sure,
that
I
is.
was just curious.
No.
All right. Well, the famous people I have met along my 44 years of journey, I've met Bobby Smith and Larry Robinson quite often after the hockey games at the Forum. My dad would and I would always wait, and I was like 5 or 6, 7, 8. I had a lot of pictures, but my dad had a flood in Montreal 25 years ago, and all the pictures are gone. An old Greek man doesn't know what negatives are and how to store them properly. Anyways, I digress. And then I also sat beside Jimmy the Superfly Snuka on an airplane to Florida when I was 12. That was cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was neat. Put on headphones and he didn't talk the whole way. I don't blame him. I wouldn't want to talk to a kid either. Yeah, but he did sign some type of airline brochure or something. But yeah, sat right beside him. It was pretty cool.
We got to talk to Brian Trottier and didn't screw it up.
That's true. That's true. I didn't want to include the Trottier Shovel Day thing. But okay, here we go. Hey, boys. Bill Brasky again. Do you guys PC a random player due to knowing them and their family personally? For instance, I personally collect Sam Lafferty because I'm good friends with his dad, who actually became an ordained minister just to officiate my wedding. That's really cool, man. That's awesome. Louis, anybody?
No.
Okay.
That was another Baba Louie Hobby hot take.
Oh, you didn't dab at the end, Louis. That's the only reason why I did it. Because I thought that was so much fun.
So I have a hard time finding this guy's cards, but I'm trying to PC this beautiful man, Brad Hartland. He used to play for Dartmouth Oland Exports. I can't seem to find any of his cards, but I'm trying to start a PC of them.
Can I ask, what is Dartland Oland Exports? Is that the Q team he played for?
Yes, correct.
I PC a little bit Scotty Prunovich, who's been like hanging on by Hobie Baker winner, hanging on by a thread in the league with Utah now. And then there's one card, but my dad's like cousin guy, Connie Madigan.
Cousin guy?
Yeah. But okay, you guys tell me, is it a bigger flex or cooler that my relative was the oldest rookie ever in the NHL and Mad Dog in the movie Slapshot, or that my relative was a warden at Alcatraz?
Ooh, Alcatraz. That's way cooler. Yeah.
Be cooler if you'd ever met these people.
Yeah.
Did I tell you? It's really short. Did I tell you the Alcatraz story? How crazy that is?
No. But before you do, what did you ask me about the Q and Brad? I don't know what team Brad played for in the Q.
Okay.
Yeah. So don't call me on that. That's yeah, I've no idea who drafted Brad, but I'm trying to get a Dartmouth card. Which that's not in the queue. That's in the Maritime League, I think.
For my 40th birthday 6 months ago, we took a trip to San Francisco, Napa Valley, and went on a tour of Alcatraz. And we're on the tour, and there was like 7 or 9 wardens at Alcatraz, and they all had like big wall of their photos.
Yeah.
And we're just like walking around, and one is Paul Madigan. I'm like, huh?
Oh, that's
Madigan?
cool.
Who is that name? So then I, fire up the relatives on the texting machine, and they're like, oh yeah, he's our cousin.
No.
Like, yeah.
That is super cool. You should find out more information about him if you can.
I'm too lazy.
I don't know. He's probably got great story. Well, he's dead, eh? I guess he's dead now. Yeah. All right. Next question. Monty. I expect that Upper Deck will soon start to acquire game used jerseys with sponsor patches on them. Is there any company logo that would make you want to chase that patch for any team? Doesn't need to be a current sponsor. I'll go first. Coffee Mate patches. I'd be all over that. Yeah, big fan of Coffee Mate and anything with an Upper Deck logo. Listen, don't knock it. You get an Upper Deck stitched embroidered patch that was used in a game in your card. Come on, you're all over that. And if you're not, then what are you collecting for? That'd be pretty awesome. Love him or hate him, you'd love that. Louis, what do you think?
Gongshow patch.
Oh my god, that would be amazing.
They've got a ways to go. Yeah.
You think? You don't think we're close?
Yeah. We could hire a mole. Like we could pay the janitor $1,000 to go sew on some patches on some jerseys while no one's looking. That could work. Josh, what do you think?
I would do Fireball, so I could buy the card and give it to Neil, which is a total inside joke. I'm sorry, I hate when people do that, but I have
wasting everybody's time here. Okay, next question. Instagram. Stan Rips. Gretzky always had the most hockey cards sold each month out of all the players. How does this number of cards sold each month compare to goals of other sports? Brady, Jordan, LeBron, etc. Josh?
way smaller.
Mhm.
Like when you and we kind of cover this a little bit when we do the monthly
Like
grading recap.
way smaller, or just like way smaller?
Like way smaller. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, like it's maybe a fourth, a fifth.
Wow, 25%. If you check out Gongshow episode 263, we talk about it. Yeah. So check it out. Actually, don't check. I don't know if that's the one. I have no idea. I just wanted
What if you were right? Wouldn't that be
Yeah,
amazing?
could you imagine? I don't know. But search it. Use the words in the YouTube channel fidget thingamajigger.
Mhm.
All right, next question. Mad Dog 78. Hey boys. Hey. Pick your top 3 non-rookie favorites, or favorite for Phil, Gretzky cards. Josh, you can go first because you're a big baby. Well, I don't know. Go ahead.
I just saw your answer and I should have picked it.
Yeah,
I
you
feel-
didn't.
Now
You
I feel
can't change
weird
it.
and inadequate.
You picked
Well,
weird
I
ones.
really like because those are my Rushmore cards, the 2012 Flair Retro Central Credentials now. Then my other one, the 2012 Flair Retro 97-98 PMG. And then I felt like I should like go with a Plain Days card, like I was obligated. And I really like the 1983 O-Pee-Chee Gretzky. Now, Phil, you tell me why that's stupid.
No, I like the 82 one myself. No, that's you're allowed to be wrong. In your opinion.
You
Louis,
did
what
it
do you
both.
think?
You nicely told me I was stupid, so thank you.
Louis, what do you think?
I want a bunch of because there's so many different ones. The holographics, awesome version cards.
Did you get that idea from me from later, or is this just a big coincidence?
This is a very big coincidence when I saw your PPU.
Okay. You saw my PPU?
Yeah.
Really tiny. And he's a good woman. She loves
Yep.
Josh unconditionally. It's fantastic.
Mhm.
All right. Do you
But
have
I
a
don't.
second or third
But
card, Louis?
not the one Josh got. No, there's like 6 or 7 of these. I like them all. Those are my 3
All right. Well, I picked normal answers, so I went with
for
Glow-Pee-Chee.
once.
I went with Glow-Pee-Chee and Josh made his 3 picks. So if he is not the leader you think he is of Glow-Pee-Chee Nation, let me tell you. Future Watch, I have one. and any Seismic Gold, he has 2, one in the Oilers Union, one in his Campbell Conference. So
I have
don't
2
know
of
what year
the
they
3
are.
you picked.
Huh? What?
I have 2 of the 3 that you picked.
No, you don't.
I have the Seismic Gold and the Glow-Pee-Chee.
Oh, you physically own them. Yeah, correct. Okay, next question. Bill Brasky. Hey boys, didn't we already do this?
Yeah, Bill's excited.
Oh, Bill's a serial questioner. Okay,
Mhm.
here we go. Bill Brasky. Hey boys. When Phil's hard sign sticker auto war breaks out, love that. Which side gets Phil's brave heart wall of death attack? And who gets Josh's jazz hands and sprint fingers attack? I love it. Okay, I'm gonna go first on this one. Best question ever, Bill. Thank you. Parts of me are breaking down physically. I talk a big game over here, but I'm actually a bit of a physically broken man, especially now. I'm healing though on the
Good
foot.
one.
You probably want Josh's jazz hands. It'll confuse the enemy much more efficiently than me hobbling my broken body to go to war for you. So if I can make it there, you want me on your side, but give Josh credit where credit's due.
We both had like basically the same answer.
Louis, what do you think?
I don't get the question.
Perfect. Josh, what do you think?
See, I think my jazz hands are gonna lull the enemy into a false sense of musical delight, and that's when I pounce. You least expect.
Curious like a cat. Yeah, pounce with your jazz hands, buddy. You got it. Okay, I'll be coming to save you. Discord, Vegas Golden Knights collector.
Oh, I missed one then.
Oh, it's okay, Louis. I'll say it. How do you guys judge the eye appeal of a card when you can only see it online? I think this is a good question. Unfortunately, there are very few to see in person here. I'm assuming he lives in Vegas. I'd be going to see other things if I was in Vegas. You leave the hockey cards to me. Obviously, the best answer is to move to a hockey area, but the warden, also known as my wife. Oh my God, that's better than Battle Axe.
Better hope she doesn't listen to this show. That she's not one of the 3 girls that's listening.
No,
right now.
no, we know the 3 girls. Well, I don't. But the warden, also known as my wife, says no. So I'll go first. I think it's always best to hold a card in person and then make a judgment call. I tend to stay away from maybe purchases online. those are card show buys. That's why I like it. A big part of going to card shows is it's a great opportunity to see a lot of these cards you see online in person, and then you can make your decisions there. Louis, what do you think?
I said basically the same thing you have it in hand.
Good man. Josh?
It's always a crapshoot online. You want to buy only good photos. I harp on that a lot. Centering is the easiest to tell. Surface is the hardest. We've all had, I'm sure you guys can agree, the experiences where it's probably 1 out of 10, 1 out of 20, where you get that card in the mail, and then there's like some thing that was like either not very apparent on the photo, or we didn't look well enough at it, where
the
it's
price
like a
tag was
dud.
on? Take the
It's
price
a
tag
dud.
off. Son of a.
And there's like a nick in the surface.
Yeah. All
Or
right.
print line, right? I mean, I've been fooled on those before.
Good question, Vegas Collector. Okay, Discord, XYZ Optics. Hey, boys, new to Discord. Give me some tips and hints to get the most out of it. Louis.
Just jump right in and have at it. Participate.
Dive into the
Find
deep.
your way, man.
Josh, what do you think?
Basically the same thing. Don't be shy. Put yourself out there. Everyone there is very cool and welcoming. And then Mad Dog, Nav78. Reach out to Evan for any help.
So I will give a little disclaimer to that. So the one thing you shouldn't do is don't make Irish Flyers collector angry. He has extreme anger issues, and he'll lash out. Yeah. So we're as a group, we're trying to help him with it. I know Neil looks like the nicest man and he's big and bubbly, but just be careful. Don't cross him.
Walk around on your tiptoes. If you leave your cereal bowl on the counter at Chateau Gongshow, there is hell to pay in the morning.
Do not make a mess after Neil sweeps. I'm kidding. He's a teddy bear. Okay,
Don't
next
have a
question.
cake explode in your bed.
Yeah. Next question. SD hockey cards. With games being archived on various streaming sites and YouTube, are there any games you guys go back to rewatch? As a Devils fan, I'm fortunate enough to be able to go back and watch most of their 2003 Cup run, including their Game 7 victory over Phil's Sens. Sorry, Phil. Hey, no problem, man. It happened. All right. Well, shots fired, you big jerk. Well done, sir. And honestly, I've never been one to go back and watch sporting events again. It's never been my thing. Growing up, my father rewatched all the Habs games all the time. I don't know. It never interests me. If I know the ending of a movie, I usually turn it off, unless it's a rewatcher. Louis, what do you think?
I haven't. I know they're out there and I wanted to, but I just don't have time to go back and look.
Louis working on time management. Josh, what do you think?
Well, I really love to go back and watch either of the North Stars or Wilds Cup clinching game. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that didn't
They
happen.
don't exist. The thing about being in Minnesota, and this is 100% truthful, is like all of our big games we lose. So we would never want to do this. This is like, this makes you depressed.
Yeah, it's sad. If you're ever having a really great day and you want to ruin it, maybe you should go do that.
Yeah,
but...
so if the Wild like win the Cup, I will watch that game till I'm blue in the face.
Yeah, I don't need to go back to my Sens finals where Chris Pronger just treated us like a teenager in high school fighting a bunch of grade 2s. It's unbelievable. Embarrassing. Okay, next question. Sid Wink. Thoughts on PSA involvement with repacks? Would you buy or start publishing repack checklists? I'll go first. I think it's if repacks are your thing, I think this is an excellent step in the right direction. I'm a big fan of it. I'm not a big repack guy, but I think the transparency is very needed and necessary. And I think PSA has got the muscle and the juice to do it. So go nuts. Louis, what do you think?
I think it's great. Big fan.
Josh?
Yeah.
We talked about it a lot in hobby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Vegas Collector. Vegas Golden Knights Collector. Is there a reason Upper Deck waits to put a new product on EPAC? Yes. Josh, go ahead and explain it.
They are deferring to their certified diamond dealer brick and mortar hobby shops. They do not want to compete with them on new releases, so they give them ample time to sell first and then charge more in part again because they don't want to be perceived as competing with their brick and mortar shops.
Good answer. I think we can end there. Next question. Instagram. Top shelf cookie sniper, also known as Jay. When cracking a slab, do you find it better to use a 10-inch nail or a 12-inch nail to crack? Listen, Jay, I told you, no trade secrets will be given publicly. You guys don't need to answer that.
Okay.
Discord, Sebi25. How many 20-goal, 60-point seasons does Bedard have to get before his hype would totally die? I'm talking Laffy level dead. Louis, what do you think?
1 or 2.
Josh?
I'd say 2.
I say a few seasons of numbers like that will stabilize his market, but I think he's got to do more than that to make it go up. A lot
So
more.
you think after 4 or 5 years of 20 goals a year that people would still be spending $15,000-$20,000 on his rookie cards?
No, I changed my mind. I agree with you too. You explained it better than my thoughts did. Yeah. Yeah, not 3 or 4. Once because a few is 3 or 4 or 5, right? Yeah, I agree with you guys too. I changed
He's already 2 years in.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you're right. I was wrong on that one. Next question. Instagram, Rob Kenny 96. Hey boys. Phil, would Wayne Gretzky on steroids have a little package? Might have little nutties, but what would you guys think if a set like Allure Platinum had a ton of parallels like Prism does? Imagine trying to piece together a 35 to 40 card rainbow of your favorite player. Sounds pretty fun. Louis, I think you're accurate. You want to go ahead?
Terrible.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah. Josh?
Sometimes I think we have more blessings than we realize here in the hockey hobby, and this is one of them.
Yeah. And I answer, I'm already lost when a new set and like 2 things are different than the previous year. I'm done. I called Josh right away and it's horrible. All right, next question. Instagram. Lauren Cucks. Hope I said that right. Hey guys, will Upper Deck be able to incorporate memorabilia for the 2026 Olympics? I have no idea. Josh question, or Louis, one of you.
I don't think they can they, Josh?
I don't think so. I think Fanatics or Panini, it's a license just like with the leagues, and you have to have the license to make the cards. I'm pretty sure because the big tops now, Olympic basketball cards with LeBron and Durant and Curry were Fanatics, that Fanatics has a license.
There you go. Good answer. Whew. Next one. Kegger Cards. Hey, boys. Since I know most of all of you don't really sell cards, how do you fund your personal collection? Do you set aside a certain amount of money, I'm assuming he says, each week or month that you dedicate to buying cards you want to sort them a long-term hold investment? Or do you treat it more like an expensive hobby and just buy what you can afford? I ask because I think a lot of people can really get caught up with how much they're spending on the hobby or not track it properly, or to be honest with themselves about it, and can get pretty big trouble quickly. I'm hoping I can buy and sell some cards to help fund my own PC, but of course this differs from person to person. Josh, you want to go ahead?
Well, actually, I have not typically sold a bunch, but since we are shipping to Slab Sharks anyways, a couple times a week, I've been throwing cards in and have made like 1,000 US this month even. And so I've been buying cards out of that, and that feels awesome because I'm not taking more money. I'm repurposing value in cards I already have. But otherwise, I'm just really careful, and I have a budget, and I, regulate myself.
Good answer. Very adult of you. Louis?
Mm-hmm. I'll sell some stuff if I want to get a bigger ticket item, but that's few and far in between. Just spend wisely. I know my limit. Stick in it.
Yeah. I've been spending most of my life savings since post-COVID, so I don't have a good responsible answer to give you. I am currently employed, and so that's good. I have some money, and I do have quite a mighty silver coin and bullion collection, and I would say gold, but I sold all my gold. So if I'm feeling a little naughty, I'll go sell some 10-ounce silver bars and buy some hockey cards, but I try not to. All right. Next question, Facebook, Krister Hellstrom. Hi, I wonder if the Donruss Canadian Ice Provincial Series card number 32, Trevor Linden, exists or not. I have heard that it was numbered out of 10 and so on, but would be very glad to find out. Louis and I have thrown in the towel on this one. Josh, no, you got to answer it.
I spent a few minutes and I couldn't find anything. Maybe Krister, I would check TCDB. That'd probably be your best bet.
Yeah, sorry, that was a very specific, buddy. You're a great collector. I want to see another question next week that we can answer. Okay, Discord. Crosby card donations. That's got to be Perchy. But anyways, The Genie of Moncton gifts you 3 wishes. We know there's no Moncton, so there's no genie, but we'll pretend. The Genie of Moncton gives you 3 wishes. What are they? 1 wish is for the show, 1 wish is for the hobby, and 1 wish is for the NHL.
Great question, huh?
Yeah, I love this question. So Louis agrees with you and I, Josh. Why don't you go first?
So for the show, I want to find more and better ways to bring fun and share the joy in the hobby. Aw.
Cheese ball. Yeah.
I'm a cheese ball. If you don't know that about me by now.
No, we're
then-
hopeless romantics. I know I am, at least. Anyways. All right, you gonna answer the rest of it, or?
Oh yeah, sorry. I thought it was done. And then for the hobby, I want more game used and dated memorabilia.
Yeah, it's Josh's big beef. And then what about the NHL, Josh? What would you change?
Hire a good marketing person.
That's amen, brother. Amen, brother. All right.
Amen.
For me, if I had 3 wishes, 1 for the NHL, I would shorten the regular season. Number 2, if I had a wish for the hobby, I wish more people appreciated raw cards. That's it. That's simple. I feel like a lot would come back with that. And for the show, I know I've said it before, but I wish we could introduce a female, high energy female, or a really young dude full of attitude and calls us boomers. I think that would really add something to our show, and it would really level us up, and we'd have a lot of fun with one of those 2 things or both. Yeah, those are my wishes. All right, Instagram, Basement Breaks.
Wait, did Louis go?
Yep.
Louis agreed with us.
Agreed with you guys.
Okay.
Basement Breaks. Do you guys think interest will ever increase in ultra rare unknown inserts? Less than 1 to 1,000? Or is it going to be serial numbered patch autos forever? Louis, what do you think?
Don't talk about it.
I know, it's funny. I said Gongshow loves a good insert, whether they're numbered or not. I don't know. We're pretty goofy with them, rare or not. Yeah, Josh, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's kind of it's a good question, but it's awkward to be asking to me and us in particular, because these are the cards we love. So
Yeah,
and I'm kind of glad there's not more competition right now, but yeah.
Well, Louis said, shh. Yeah, let's not talk about it. We should just delete that question. All right, next, Facebook, Brian Kling. Any estimate of how many cards they can make from a single jersey? An opinion. I would love to see SP Game Used show a picture of the item piece that was taken from on the back of the card. It has been done before in the early 2000s. It could be awesome to see the jersey progression over product releases or years. Thanks for all the hard work, guys, especially you, Phil, you handsome devil. Oh, thanks, Brian.
That's nice.
I'm with Louis on this. I don't really know. Louis, what do you think?
I suppose I don't really know.
I know. I hate answering that. I'm sorry, man, but
I mean,
I don't know.
Well,
Like
it
50,
all depends
100?
how big they are. You know, you got big patches, little patches. Do you just want to use what's been stitched on the jersey, nameplates, numbers, or are you using the plain color?
They don't use nameplates enough.
Well, let's just say they use the whole jersey, though. You know, cut it in half, and we're going to use the whole thing. Holy crap, dude! I bet you could make
a lot
of 1,000.
But the swatches, right? So
You know,
most of the jersey is dead space.
You're taking little stuff. I have no idea. Honestly, I don't know.
I feel like Upper Deck told us this at one point. We all forgot.
Oh,
what? Say it again. What'd you say?
I said I seem to remember Upper Deck told us this at some point, but I think we've all forgot.
Whoa! Don't put me under that umbrella. You're supposed to be the
stop.
listening one. Everybody knows I'm not. Anywho, we'll ask Billy. I think it's a great question, Brian, and we'll find the answer to you eventually. Next question, Discord, Foley48. How do each of you rank in order of most important to least important? I appeal for each of the following: corners, edges, centering, and surface. Example, should be IE there. If it was a PSA 8 with poor corners or a PSA 8 with poor edges and good corners, which would you rather? I'll go first. I'll take the poor edges all day, every day, right away.
Mm-hmm.
Louis, what do you think?
I would take the poor edges all day, and my ranking is centering, corners, edges, and surface last.
Surface last. Yeah, me too. I'm with Louis on that. Josh, what about you?
Well, I want to know when your apology will begin to Foley 48, because
What?
EG means, for example.
That's what I said. IE. Up here in Canada, we use IE.
They're transferable.
Oh, okay.
Same, different, Phil.
Thank you,
Ah.
Louis. That explains it. I apologize, Foley 48. My bad. Thank you, boys.
I go centering, corners, edges, surface.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good question. Next question. Discord. It's freaking Polly. If you were a baller on
Freaking
a
Polly.
if you were a baller on a budget, would you buy a Grail card even if it's graded authentic with evidence of trimming, or does it not count and you just instead buy a PSA 1 version of the card? Woohoo! I like it. Louis,
PSA 1 in it.
Josh.
What if you're just on a budget and not a baller?
That wasn't
Then
the
you're married.
question.
I would get a PSA 1 with high appeal.
Okay.
I would do.
I went against the grain here. If I agree that it was trimmed, if I do my own little research and due diligence, if I agree it was trimmed, yeah, I'd go PSA 1. But if I disagree with the, like, I've purchased Wayne Gretzky cards that are in authentic SGC slabs for like $400 or $500. They look great to me. They're in my fantastic cards.
Why would you have to agree it was trimmed if it's already in a slab, authentic?
Because I would play the game and send it back, and I send that card back 10 times. It's coming back one time graded well.
You have all bad takes on everything in hockey.
No, sorry, buddy. That's a good take. We all know that. I just said the quiet part out loud. All right, next question. It's freaking Polly.
It is?
Oh, no. Next question, Cloud Sports Cards. Will Ovechkin's Young Guns cards rise or drop in price in 10 years from now, and why? Louis?
No idea. Can't give you a good answer for that one.
I say it fully depends on how fat he gets. That's my best answer.
I think he's going to get very fat. We kind of all know that. We lose Phil?
Oh, Phil just went. Arr. Phil's locked up. Phil, come back to us. Phil?
Wait. Phil?
Phil?
Wait. Oh, I think he's back, Louis.
I got a little package.
Oh. Yeah. Well.
Oh, we'll pause.
Nothing.
No, we're back. Phil.
We're here.
Hi.
Okay.
Okay,
Did you
I'll
answer
answer
the
now.
question?
Yeah.
I got bad RAM. Got bad RAM. Computer store
Yeah,
tomorrow.
Poor RAM.
Yeah.
Nobody has a crystal ball. We got no way to tell whatsoever. But personally, I'm actually more bullish on his Young Guns, more so than a lot of other players over the long term, just for two reasons. A, he's now a solidified hobby GOAT. And I think more importantly almost is that the print runs of Young Guns in 05-06 were way smaller than today. And I think that will keep his PSA 10 pop count a lot lower in comparison to anyone 2015 or later. You're not going to have 7,000 Young Gun PSA 10s like you do with Bedard.
Good answer, Josh. All right, next question. Second last one. We're almost there, boys. Home stretch. California Dave. Long-time listener, first-time caller. My question is, how long are we allowed to talk about the Chicago National when we return before Phil murders us? You guys don't need to answer. And I said 5 business days. That's it. That's all you get.
Daily.
All right, last question. Discord.
Tori.
Minnesota North Sports Card Junkie. Is this Tori?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Hey, Tori. In a strange twist of reality, is it possible there's a whispering collector named Phyllis who lives in Toronto and collects Austin Matthews and despises the Ottawa Senators? This question killed me. It's hilarious. And if there is, she sounds really hot. So I'd like to meet her.
All right.
All right. There you go, boys. There's your mailbag. Great question this week, everybody.
Yeah, thank you, everybody, for contributing. We really appreciate it. And keep them coming, please. Personal Pickups is brought to you by Pather and the Ultimate Holder. It's the only holder good enough for the cards that we hold nearest and dearest to our hearts.
Oh, so cute. And I'm out.
Yeah. Louis will be making a beeline right to Pather at the National because he's already going to.
I know. That's so funny.
No, he was gonna order him like
the helmet,
like Louis. We're gonna be there in 3 days.
I don't care.
Hold
I
on.
need it now.
So
yeah, just switch one of your cards. Just switch one of your cards. It sells itself.
I don't have any to switch, Phil.
Sorry.
Phil, what's your personal pickup?
Yeah, my personal pickup is my beautiful golden treasure. Look at that, scratch free. I took the picture a little blurry. Yeah, so I put my golden treasure into my ultimate holder. I'm gonna leave it in there for a few days. Leave it at my coffee table and enjoy that card with my morning coffee on my front step. And then once I'm done with that, it's going in a top loader and right in my top loader binder gang. So that's my show off this week.
Mine's gonna stay in its protective case.
Ooh.
Just because I do have a pickup, because I'm allowed. Remember, Slab Sharks doesn't count. I'm not buying anything till the show, but Slab Sharks doesn't count.
I love the logic of the rules of your life.
Makes sense, Louis. I like it. I like the cut of your jib, bud.
But I did pick up a 24-25 Young Gun renewed exclusive out of 100 t-shirt.
That's pretty awesome.
I love the devil. Well, they're not vibricated tails. They're pitchforks.
Yeah.
Did you see too? Like somebody in Discord did an ultimate holder side by side with a regular poopy one touch.
That was Tori.
And the difference, it kind of blew me away. I'm just saying.
Put him on the spot.
Did you call the one touch poopy?
Yeah, it's
we're not supposed to do that, buddy.
Oh, well, no, it's my opinion. It's not Pather.
Foggy. Use that.
Foggy bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho, so yeah, I'm more on the Phil track. I've been saving up for the national trip, so I didn't have anything new to share today. But I did want to highlight a PC card, and that's this 1999 Upper Deck Wayne Gretzky Holographics Awesome, which kind of goes back to Louis' answer's question why I asked if that was a coincidence. And I chose to highlight it. The Awesome is a parallel of the regular holographics, but neither are very rare. And I just love this card so much, and it's very inexpensive. I think the last sale was $17. Right. And so, sometimes like we put a lot of focus in this hobby on the big ballers that are dropping 50 large on cards and stuff like that. And sometimes maybe people can feel like, oh God, I wish I had enough money to buy a great card. This, in my opinion, is a great card, and just about everyone can afford it. And the hobby's not always all about what is the most expensive. And I will buy these all day long, and I'm glad that they're not super rare so that many other people can enjoy them.
What year is it, Josh?
1999.
99.
I think it had to do with his retirement, because to Louis' point, there's like, I want to say there's like almost like a bunch of them.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot. I know. I can't remember what year I was looking at.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. But hey, I want to follow up on one thing real quick here. Going back to Krister Hellstrom's question about his Donruss Canadian Ice Provincial Series and his Trevor Linden. It's in the set, but him serial numbered out of 750. But him and a handful of others, Jovanovski, Belfour, Al McInnes, Trevor Kidd, Bobby Boulin. I guess there's more than I thought. There's a handful of guys. A handful of guys though that nobody's put pictures in for.
Wow.
So, but there's a boatload of cards that don't have pictures, but
good for getting them that, Louis. I hope you're still listening.
Yeah, well, now people are going to ask us impossible questions, because now they know that you cannot turn down any challenge hobby related.
I had to look, but I did go on to TCDB like Josh suggested you do, and I followed his advice and jumped on there too. And supposedly he is in the set, but couldn't tell you what it looks like.
Yeah. Thank you for proving I'm always right, Phil. Take note of that.
Oh boy.
Well, boys, we're done. We will have we'll be back on Thursday. We don't miss shows around here. So even though we'll be gallivanting in hobby glory.
Mm-hmm.
Phil will be holding down the fort.
Yep. Listen, it's good. You guys go have fun. There's a rock here. Something needs to happen. I'm not doing the show alone this week, am I? It's next week.
No, it's next week.
Okay, good.
Yeah. I should mention too that we are going to be Monday's show will be live from the cabin, but Phil will be on. We're going to be what do you call that, Louis? We'll be like
gallivanting,
joining satellite.
Yeah. Yes, we will get him in on satellite feed.
Oh, come on! I don't want to. Do I have to do that one?
Yep.
Yeah, you already said you wanted to, so you're in it. You're in it for good.
Well, I wasn't paying attention. Well,
imagine that.
Shocking.
Yeah.
Shocker.
Well, then I'm blazing one before. I'm numbing my pain. I'm burning one down. Then forget that. I'm going to be goofy and ruin it for you guys. Then.
If you like the episode, please leave a rating and review on Apple, Spotify, whatever podcast app you listen to us on. If you love the show, you want to support us, you want to chat with us, and all the other lonely men on the Hockey Cards Gongshow Discord server, please consider $5 a month donation. Join out of $9.99 support level tier on Patreon. Link is in the show description, our Instagram, TikTok profile, on our website, hockeycardsgongshow.com. Click on the Become a Patron link, or just go to Patreon directly, patreon.com. Search for Hockey Cards Gongshow. We are on social media. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube. And boys, the Hockey Cards Gongshow podcast is a production of Dogbox Ventures, LLC. Have an amazing trip. We hope to see many of you at the National. Travel safe if you're headed there. And Baba Louie, you know what to do.
Bye.
Yo, it's the Gong Show. We're dropping the facts. Hockey cards on fire. No holding us back. Josh looking sharp, the face of the scene. Feeling pork chop pants, rocking it clean. Baba Louie in the booth, he's the man with the plan. The best producer in all the land. Gong Show Nation, let's hit the flow. It's the Hockey Cards Gong Show. Let's go, let's go. Wanna say them in show.
I got a little package.